All right, what up, LA? Happy Monday. Welcome into the show. He is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. Hope you had a great weekend. This is DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. You were a beast this weekend, dude.
Let's go.
You did it. You went from
Weddings,
a wedding,
celebrity basketball games,
back to a wedding.
being Jordan Love's water boy, but not really.
I saw
At least
the video.
trying to be it.
Didn't go great.
Didn't.
What happened there?
Well, I was trying to give Jordan Love some water during a timeout, and he just waved me off, and he had his crisp, refreshing red Gatorade. So I should have known. Jordan Love's Gatorade is fruit punch, and I went in with some cold water, but did get a picture with him after, kind of joked about it. So, hey, man, Rams coming, Packers-Rams during the that Thanksgiving Eve.
Words!
Yeah, it's coming in, so it's good times.
Did you wear a suit? So how'd you rock suit at the wedding to the cash outfit I saw to the suit?
Bro, so I was rocking the suit, had my my blue suit that I wore for the media day here, and then I switched it up on the 405 freeway, dude. I was going from
in the Uber,
in the car, just rolling up there. I was driving actually. I was actually driving Tessie, pushing the Tessie on the freeway. There was some traffic, so it was kind of one of those things where I had some chance to do it. But yeah, switched it up. Went from suit to a little flannel Jordan outfit, and then back to the suit, back to the reception. It was on and popping, man. But it was a great time out there. A lot of people showed up. You had Deshaun Jackson, you had Debo, Samuel, which was really cool. You had Josh Jordan Bell. I mean, there was a lot of people that really played. I mean, they were actually going at it, man. It was a great day. And I also, too, like the show, yeah. Great times.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Apparently, people were calling in to Brock and Alex midday in L.A. saying, Ryder's wrong!
Really?
One
was
time.
a call?
One time.
A call?
Caller.
A call.
Ryder's going to have to eat his words. Phone number, if you'd like to call and say the same thing about Doug or about me again, 855-97-LA Fan. 855-97-LA Fan. We're also on the stream at The Fan LA, at The Fan LA. We've got an Aaron Donald update we'll get into, and somewhat of a worry surrounding that update. We'll talk a little All-Star game, the Lakers' newest members and their newest paid member in Austin Reaves, but Walker Kessler. The whole group spoke today, and these comments, I think, are pretty instructive on what the Lakers, the new-look Lakers, think they can do. They got into the weeds a little bit. We'll do that for you. It's very, very interesting. There's a Skubal update from Jeff Passan, sort of, like a little bit of an update, and it poses somewhat of an existential crisis for the Dodgers that my guy DMAC will answer. There's so many things we're going to get to. We don't do guests a lot on the show, but Dylan Hernandez, the outstanding Dodgers columnist for the California Post, is going to be on.
Yeah, and I'm looking forward to him probably be on your side on the Shohei Ohtani debate as far as how to use him. Because we know that he's someone that he likes to see Shohei Ohtani out there whenever he's healthy. I'm someone who likes to wrap Shohei Ohtani in bubble wrap until October. So I'm looking forward to that. Dylan Hernandez is as good as it gets as far as a Dodgers beat writer, storyteller.
Pre-praise. I see.
What do you mean pre-praise?
The pre-praise move.
Call it like it is, baby.
He's really good. And he will be, of course, on the FM 97.1. He'll also be joining us via video if you want to watch. Again, YouTube at The Fan LA, at The Fan LA. My guy DMAC really wanted and was excited that Shohei would be shut down, wouldn't pitch on Friday. And this is the consequence. I'm sure the consequence. In unrelated news, but maybe, here's what happened over the weekend. Doug, I think you probably saw this when you weren't hanging out with Jordan Love and bringing him the wrong kind of refreshment. The Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers. 9-3 on Friday, 9-2 on Saturday, 5-3, I think, yesterday. Shohei still played very, very well, but Mr. Yamamoto did not. He actually did pitch, of course. Yamamoto on Saturday, 6 innings pitched, gave up 6 runs. The bullpen game on Friday, that was the result of Shohei not pitching, was, I think it's fair to say, a disaster, right?
Absolutely. That was not pretty. Was not a pretty weekend for Los Angeles Dodgers and the pitching as well.
The Dodgers also committed not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5, 6 errors over the course of the weekend. And Dave Roberts yesterday talked about the team's absolutely brutal defense.
Is this about as disappointing of a stretch just fundamentally as you guys have had this year? The last 4 or 5 days?
Yeah, it is. I think that, some mental lapses, some physical lapses, and, something that we've, been really good at is not giving away games and because of our defense. And, this last week, it's just been below average for sure.
All right, so brutal final series before the All-Star break. We also got the news that Yoshi is not going to pitch at the All-Star game. We know that Shohei Ohtani won't be there. That was news that broke on Friday that we talked about. Dave Roberts is there. There are some Dodgers who are there. But heading into this time off and or All-Star time for some of those Dodgers, it is a clean sweep with 2 games that weren't really competitive at the hands of the lowly Diamondbacks. What's the takeaway here for you?
I think the takeaway, look, this is a team where you mentioned the errors. You had 6 over the weekend, 9 in their last 5 games total. First 92 games of the season, the Dodgers committed 24 errors. They just had 9 in their last 5 games. So sloppy defense at bad times. On Sunday, Andy Pages drops a fly ball during the 2-run 5th inning. Then Max Muncy's throw home hit a very well-positioned Geraldo Perdomo. But yeah, it was not crisp. And this has been the best defensive team in baseball this season from top to bottom. You have an infield that consists of a lot of older players as far as guys that are north of 30 that we know they put in the work. They do everything that they need to do to be in the best position to not be bad like we saw them be over the weekend. But look, I think this is a classic case of ASGS, All-Star Game Syndrome, and I think that is what has happened here. For the All-Star break, anytime these players see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you just had that really nice 13-game stretch where they went 9-4, and they had what they call the golden day off. You know what the golden day off is when it's the day off at home where they don't need to travel. That was Thursday. I think after that, it was that little bit of that All-Star break-itis, man. It really is kind of what we see with this team. Is it acceptable? No. Is it the reality? I think it is.
DMAC and Reiter here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Phone number 855-97-LA-FAN. We see a bunch of you in the chat over on YouTube at The Fan LA. Do us a favor. Slam, crush that like button, hit that bell button if you have not done that. What did you call it? I'm not good at the acronyms. It was
ASGS, All-Star Game Syndrome. I think when the All-Star Game comes around, or you can do
Can I just do a different one?
Yes.
ASGS. I have one. SNSOS.
Okay, it's that.
SNOS. Sort of no Shohei Ohtani syndrome. Because, and here's my thing, dude, and this, by the way, I heard this from somebody. Somebody recently, last few months, made the point that sometimes when teams and the Dodgers don't act competitively, they can lose their competitive edge. Do you know who said that?
Who is it?
You did.
Okay.
And it's a really, really good point.
Thank you.
Shohei Ohtani, thank you. Shohei Ohtani did not pitch on Friday. Bullpen game, disastrous. And it felt like the entire team gave up the ghost and had SNSOS, sort of no Shohei Ohtani syndrome, because you noted, you were excited, you were worried, you thought maybe Shohei Ohtani's arm was going to fall off or his knee was going to fall off or the draining of the knee. And we had a spirited, friendly, robust argument on Friday about how serious things were Shohei Ohtani. It's not settled yet, and I'm not saying that what I'm about to say proves that Ohtani should have pitched or that you are, in fact, wrapping him in wool, but the injured Ohtani that you were so worried about, who still hit over the weekend, was 4 of 11. I did the math on that. That's a 364 clip. He had an OPS of 1.364. He had a couple home runs. He scored 3 runs. He looked just fine, but maybe there is a deflating factor when Ohtani gets pulled. Maybe when you see your star player not be allowed to play, and then, or at least pitch, and then go out there and just hit the cover off the ball, the rest of the team loses a little bit of an edge. And this is part of my worry about overprotecting Shohei, is whatever impact it has on the rest of the team.
Well, I think that you're absolutely correct, that anytime that Shohei Ohtani is not on the mound, of course it's going to impact his team, because he's not the full two-way status. It was not unicorn Shohei Ohtani. We saw what happened on Friday when they had an impromptu bullpen game where you had Kyle Hurt, Will Klein, you had Brock Stewart.
Brock
I mean, he was
good.
bad. Gave the 2 runs. I mean, it just was not a good performance. But I do think what we saw over the weekend is something that I'm glad that we saw. I think Friday, no, not a sweep. I think that the Dodgers, even though they did get swept for the first time this season, for the first time by the Arizona Diamondbacks since 2018, I think we saw this weekend the biggest winner was the Dodgers, and that is because Shohei Ohtani did not pitch Friday. And I think Shohei made a very important statement on Friday, and that statement is that even though he said that they could have let him pitch, and he did throw 31 pitches in the bullpen, the Japanese media, they count as pitches, they reported that. Well, I think Shohei was telling us that he thinks what I think, and that it's his bat is more important to the lineup than what he can do on the mound. I think he made it abundantly clear by him contacting the trainers, contacting Dave Roberts and the powers that be within the Dodgers. I think that Shohei Ohtani has come to the realization.
Oh, dude, stop it.
I truly believe this. I think Shohei Ohtani, I absolutely 100% believe this, that Shohei Ohtani realizes that what he does at the plate is far more important than what he does on the mound. And I think this weekend was a reflection of that. If he wanted to pitch, he could have pitched. But guess what? When he pitches, you feel the impact on his knee, his left knee specifically, because of the mechanical issues that he's had. Remember, when Shohei Ohtani came up, his dad played in the industrial leagues in Japan, and they gave him the tutelage, the training, the professional training as a hitter. Pitching, though, he taught himself. He's self-taught as a pitcher. So when he can't figure some things out mechanically, it's usually on the pitching side. So I think that it was a very bold statement that the Dodgers and Shohei Ohtani made this weekend that, hey, it's the hitter version of Shohei that's going to be the biggest reason why this team wins 3 straight World Series titles.
I think it is a bold statement that Shohei Ohtani not pitching leads you to conclude 2 things: that the Dodgers were the big winners over the weekend when they got swept, and that Shohei Ohtani has announced that Doug McCain is right on everything, and the DMAC and Reiter argument is over. I think you did. That's what I heard.
But here, don't you think that, so he's going to have the procedure, right? You get the knee drain. He's going to have an injection for the pain. I mean, I think now that a couple of days have come by, this is a very serious issue here. Did
he look like he was limping around the bases when he hit those home runs? He looked like a pretty good gait to me.
He was great. Look, offensively, he was great. And guess what? I want to keep him great at the plate. I think if you ask Andrew Friedman, hey, if you could have Shohei Ohtani the pitcher or the hitter, I think he would want Shohei Ohtani as the hitter.
Why would you announce? This is what I don't understand about sort of the psychology of this team. And maybe none of it matters. Maybe they come back from the All-Star break and they're totally reset and they're totally refreshed and everything is fine. Why would you announce that Yamamoto is not going to be at the All-Star game and simultaneously over the same news cycle pitch him in a game where he obviously lost his edge too? Like he was, and you said this, so you're right. He was checked out mentally. I understand the Dodgers have a massive lead in the division. I get it. The Dodgers, in effect, ceded 3 baseball games to the Diamondbacks. And Dave Roberts being perplexed about the team's sloppy defense shouldn't be that perplexing, because when you basically tell your team and the other team, we don't respect this series enough to pitch Ohtani, we don't respect this series enough to care if Yamamoto is sharp, this is the result that you get. And maybe there's no consequence other than 3 days of bad baseball, but that's a maybe. You know, when you let go of your competitive fire as a team, when you get a giant lead in a division of baseball and you risk the possibility of not playing competitive games or having a competitive edge, I'm not saying what we saw this weekend is what's going to happen in August or September, but there's certainly history to suggest it's possible.
Look, I'm actually with you on that one. Look, I think the Yamamoto piece of this all is he was pretty much cruising through 5 innings. Then the 6th inning with Arizona up 1-0. He gave 5 runs on 3 hits. He gave the double to Tawa, who's becoming this Dodgers killer. He drove in 7 runs over the weekend. That's 1 less than the Dodgers scored all weekend. So I hate to see that. It's like the new Christian Walker against the team. Then he gave the home run to McCann. But I will say this about this weekend, that you're 100% right. To me, it's not that they got swept, it's how they got swept. Because typically, it's going to be clean baseball. You're going to minimize the errors. You're going to have a chance to win every single game because of steady pitching, a really good bullpen, and an offense that can take advantage of scoring opportunities. They're still top 5 in essentially every single offensive category, but one that they've been really good at is hitting with runners in scoring position. They just did not do that this weekend, and the pitching just did not give them what they needed. And I will say this, for everyone that thinks that this division is completely wrapped up, there is an 11.5 game lead, but last year when the Dodgers were on pace to win 104 games, they had a 9-game lead over the San Diego Padres. They had a tough series after the All-Star break, and they let a 9-game lead in the division completely collapse. And the Dodgers, after the All-Star break, go on a big 9-game road trip against the Yankees, against the Phillies, against the Mets. You're not at 100% at your pitching yet, so that's the concern for me.
So it's interesting because and you're right, and I'm no argument, just to sort of layer this, another layer of context, and I think it's interesting here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, on DMAC and Reiter. He is Doug McCain, I'm Bill Reiter. And yet, that stretch, the need for competitive baseball as a result, the outcome is the Dodgers ended up winning, as we all know, a World Series, what was then a back-to-back World Series. How do you, and this, we sort of get into our general philosophical disagreement on Ohtani and some other things and usage, so trying to triangulate that, how do you and I navigate the way we see this sort of the need for Ohtani to play or not play, be protected, not be protected, with getting, how do you make sure the Dodgers are playing competitive enough baseball, if such a thing exists, in August and September, that you are sharp enough when it's playoff time? Is there an answer to that?
So it's going to be the big question for the next part of the season for the Dodgers, because you look at those 2022 and 2023 teams that had these massive regular seasons and lost in the first round, lost in the NLDS. They were inherently flawed teams. They didn't have the high-level talent of a Blake Snell, a Glasnow, a Yamamoto, a Shohei Ohtani. So it's tough to compare those different eras of Dodger baseball already. But I think that for this team, there's the whole conversation, rest versus rust. And I want to see Shohei make maybe 8 to 10 starts tops for the remainder. Tops for the remainder of this season. I mean that from the heart of hearts.
I know you do.
And I think that's what's best for this team. But I think, though, Bill, there's so much for this team to play for, because you've got guys that are going to need to come back and ramp up. Guys like Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow. You've got Yoshinobu Yamamoto, who did not have a good start, but he could be a dark horse candidate to go and get the Cy Young. And for him, he's someone I think they'd be willing to pursue that with if he's close. And then you look at the lineup, too. Guys like Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman and Teoscar Hernandez and Will Smith, they need to get in a right groove, and Kyle Tucker as well.
But if the Dodgers are up 15 or 18 games 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks after the All-Star, if it's August, and it goes the opposite direction. And I mean, the Diamondbacks right now are the second best team in the NL West, and they were under 500 entering this series. How do you make sure the Dodgers are sharp enough? Because individuals, sure, like if a guy's coming back from injury or a guy's fighting for a spot, okay. But as a baseball team, how do you navigate if you play a month of meaningless baseball?
I think if you're the Dodgers, you just have to go out there, and if you're going to throttle down, make sure you're upholding your standard. And that's something we did not see this weekend. Because
I have a plan.
Okay, what's your plan?
Can I pitch it to you?
Yeah.
You pursue a Cy Young Award through Shohei Ohtani to inspire the entire team. You pitch him 150 pitches a game, or maybe 103. You do the opposite of what you're going for. You chase history, and you ride the wave of that enthusiasm and excitement.
See, that's the thing. I think this team, I look, if Shohei Ohtani was close to winning his Cy Young, it'd be great to see. But at the same token, no Shohei at any capacity, that means this season's over, next season's over, and you're playing with fire at that point. I still believe that to be true. But I think that this team, you have to trust the character. I mean, when you look at Major League Baseball, the best teams in the regular season typically have the easiest paths because you get home field advantage. You get to rest your players for that 5-game stretch from the wild card round to the DS. But it's not the best team, it's the hottest team. And the hottest team is going to be the team that wins the World Series. In the last 2 seasons, the Dodgers have finished with less than 100 wins. They were still able to go and win the World Series. But I think this team has proven something that those teams didn't prove. They know how to win. And even if this team coasts and cruises and wins the division by 10 games, which I think they ultimately will, they can trust that they have done it on the biggest stage. By the way,
I agree. And I want you to trust Shohei Ohtani as much as you trust the rest of those Dodgers. We got to go, not super quick, but we have Dylan Hernandez coming up. So we have a couple minutes. Before we lose track of this DMAC, we are aligned on this. I mean, you and I have been very patient with Kyle Tucker, and we have continued to wait for Kyle Tucker to figure it out. We've continued to say, okay, eventually Kyle Tucker is going to live up to some of that contract, and you've made the point, it's an excellent one here on DMAC and Reiter, that he's a floor raiser. The guy was awful again this weekend. 1 for 11 over the series against the Diamondbacks. Struck out a couple times. At what point do we just accept that he's not going to be Kyle Tucker this year?
I don't think you could ever accept
4
that
weeks
this
from
year.
now? You will on September 28th or whatever.
I think you can say that he could be having a down season.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this season.
I would say that, look, if he's not getting it going by the second half, it's 3 weeks into the second half of the season, you really just have to flash those sirens, man, because things are just wrong for the guy, whether it be mentally, physically, or mechanically. I think that if you're the Dodgers, though, you have the luxury of knowing that he's supposed to be a floor raiser, not the final missing piece of a World Series winning team. The Dodgers could have...
But you can't, I agree with you, but you can't, at a certain point, that just becomes words. Like, you can't raise a floor if you're hitting like a guy who shouldn't even be in the lineup every day, dude. Like, floor raiser's fine if we're having a conversation about, okay, this guy's going to drive in 70 runs and he's going to bat 290 and his power numbers are down. That's not what we're talking about a $60 million player who's a floor dropper right now. That's how bad
he's hitting 286 this month. 733 OPS isn't great.
Not lies, damn lies, and statistics, Mark Twain. This month. He's 1 for 11 this weekend.
I think
I've got stats
he
too.
needs to treat the second half of the season like it's the opening day for himself. We've seen big turnarounds. Kyle Tucker's way too talented to have a start to finish down season. But to answer your question, it definitely would put the Dodgers in a position where you would have to rely more on guys like Freddie, Mookie, Teo, and Will. But hey, Kyle Tucker, I think, is going to get it going, man.
Very excited to visit with Dylan Hernandez. You know him as a colleague and a friend. I just know him as a person I read in the California Post. We'll see whether where he comes down in the Ohtani situation. Maybe he shifted his perspective, because I know he's written about Ohtani's knee. Dylan Hernandez, excellent columnist, joins us next here on DMAC and Reiter. Text Injury Help to 40222. That's Injury Help to 40222. Doug and I are both really excited about this next segment because we have a guest on who Doug is friends with and colleagues with, knows Dylan Hernandez. I just know him through his work, which I think is excellent, and he's now doing his work, plying his trade, writing columns often on the Dodgers for the California Post. So it's an absolute pleasure to have Dylan on the show. Dylan, thank you for making time for Doug and I. What's going on, man? Oh, we're gonna effort the volume here because I certainly don't hear it. Maybe do you hear it?
No, don't hear it. There we go.
What's up, dude?
Hey, how are you guys? Congratulations on the show, and glad we got more sports talk in LA because I think we've needed some of this.
Dude, we're so pumped to have you here. And I don't know how much you've heard. Doug and I get along great. We disagree on every single thing Dodgers, it feels like. So I'm very excited to get your take. So the big thing we've discussed is Shohei Ohtani and the degree to which the Dodgers should protect him, right, as a two-way player versus give him the latitude to pitch more often. I won't bias the jury here, but when you're trying to sort of on the scales balance Ohtani's excellence, his desire to do things as a pitcher and a hitter with protecting him, where do you come down on if you had the say what you would do if you were Andrew Friedman with Ohtani as it relates to how often he plays and how often he pitches?
Yeah, so I think, when you sign him, you kind of know his backstory already, right? And, I do think the one thing that has kind of defined Ohtani's time in baseball as a professional, going back to, his time in Japan, is kind of this whole I'm a two-way player thing, right? You have to kind of remember, and it's hard to kind of imagine this now, but when he announced, he and the Nippon Ham Fighters announced that he was going to do this two-way thing in Japan, there was a huge backlash against that. There were a lot of, former players talking about how disrespectful this was to professional baseball. This is not high school. Obviously, he made it work over there. And then when he's coming over here, obviously there's a lot of doubt of whether or not he could have pulled this off here. And I really do, and there's a kind of, you can find this on YouTube. It's in Japanese, so you might not understand. Ichiro and Yu Darvish are kind of talking about this, and Darvish was just kind of like, I don't think he can pull this off in the United States. Ichiro had this idea, maybe he should hit one year and pitch the next year and just kind of alternate seasons. So I don't think anybody kind of quite imagined this thing, taking this form. And, when Ohtani has kind of talked about his insistence on doing the two-way thing, it's kind of been done in this thing of like, well, this isn't just about me now. This is about also the people at Nippon Ham, right? Kuriyama, the manager there, and maybe the GM and a couple other people who really kind of believed in this. And I kind of feel like I want to see this through. Now, so if you're the Dodgers, obviously you understand this when you sign him. This is kind of part of the package now. Right. And, the fact, too, that they're paying him like nothing, basically. And there's this gigantic Uniqlo field, right, sign out in center field now. They're obviously making a ton of money off advertising off him. It's kind of subverted the traditional kind of player, the employer-employee relationship, I guess. Right. He's going to do what he wants now. This is just kind of the reality of it. Now, I also kind of think, there was a recent interview that came out in Number. It's a Japanese kind of the equivalent of like what Sports Illustrated, I guess, used to be. It's kind of the one place where he really kind of talks a lot. And one thing he has kind of talked about is, his father was a professional level baseball player, right? He played in Japan's Industrial League. And so he said, from the time I was a kid, I received basically professional level instruction, right? And so I feel like hitting comes more natural to me, right? It's like if I'm ever like in a slump, I feel like the answer is not that far away that I can kind of find it instinctively. Whereas like with pitching, he said it's kind of something that I've had to kind of learn more on my own, right? And there's a certain, I think the word he kind of used is kind of the equivalent of like clumsiness, a certain clumsiness that I can't ever feel I can't quite get rid of. And I think that part is kind of important to this discussion here because he's not the type of guy that you can kind of shut down for, right, X amount of months a season and have him just show up in October and be good, right? Like, I think he cannot do what Blake Snell does, right? And I think what Blake Snell has been doing, what he did last year and what he's trying to attempt to do this year, where he's going to just like miss a whole chunk of the season and just show up and be really good. Ohtani can't do that. You need to have him out there regularly if you're going to count on him to pitch in the postseason. Now, I guess if you decide, well, we don't even need him in October, as a pitcher, I mean, that's a whole different discussion. I'm sure, that's something that you're going to have to talk about it to him in the off season. But as far as right now goes, and I think that this was actually a good sign, the fact that he agreed to kind of take himself out of the rotation here. Because I think this is the thing, right? Is that none of us really know Ohtani. And look, I went in 2017 in his last year in Japan, when I was at the LA Times, they sent me over there. I kind of followed him around for a week, went to his high school, and here's the thing. I speak, my mother's Japanese. I speak fluent Japanese. I do not know this guy. I don't think most of his teammates know him either. And so I think, there was always kind of this well, what is he really prioritizing? You weren't ever quite sure. Would he put the Cy Young, right, his pursuit of the Cy Young award, which he did kind of publicly say he wanted when he reported to spring training, would he put that kind of in front of the team ambitions? And what I do think that this showed is that he will put the team first, right? He's not going to pursue this Cy Young award at all costs. And I think that because of that, you can actually kind of trust him to make the right decisions about his own body, and he's going to put the team, I think, in front of himself. I think go back to 2023, his last year with the Angels. I mean, that was one of these teams that, right, they were anywhere from 4, 5, 6 games out of, the last wild card. And right, he had that start against the Mariners. He couldn't feel his fingers or something. They offered him an MRI and he's like, no, I'm just going to keep pitching. Now that is not an individual, right? That's not him doing what's best for Ohtani, because he was an impending free agent. He had hundreds of millions of dollars at stake. And he's like, no, I want to win, right? Whatever remote chances that we have, if they're alive, I want to win. And he wound up blowing his elbow out, right? And so to me, I do think now there's enough kind of evidence that he's going to put the team first. This is obviously a guy that knows his body, and I think you can kind of trust him, right? I do think, I'm not really sure you need to take that decision out of his hands, given kind of all the ingredients at play here.
What's going on, Dylan? Hey, so couple things. As far as just the power dynamic between Shohei Ohtani, Dave Roberts, all the powers that be within the organization, it was reported that I believe Shohei contacted them, talked about the knee, and then ultimately he's scratched from his start on Friday. What do you think goes on in those conversations? Is this, hey, we're going to approach Shohei, or we're going to wait for Shohei to complain about something? In this case, it's his knee. And then ultimately, like you said, he does what's best for the team because of how important his bat is to this lineup, and also considering the lead they have in the division. But how does that process kind of play out as far as knowing how to manage Shohei and respecting that he is going to go for the Cy Young, that he is going to still be in the lineup? Just how does that play out?
Yeah, I don't think, I think it's kind of one of these things where no one's really quite addressed this dynamic head on, right? I think there's kind of there's some kind of guesswork involved. Earlier this season, obviously there were these games where Ohtani started as a pitcher and, Roberts just told him, hey, you're not going to hit today, right? And I think, I don't think Ohtani was happy about that. Right. And now here's the thing about kind of Japanese language and kind of culture. What's a little bit tricky is a lot of times it's not what's said that's important. It's what's not said. Right. And it's very hard, I think, for people to kind of understand this if they're not from the culture, because there is kind of the quote unquote right answer. And you have to kind of know what the right answer is in that situation if you're from that culture, right? And then you kind of go by omission, right? It's okay, well, what did he not say? And the fact that, to me, that, when those games where he didn't hit, the fact that he never said, I'm on board with this, told me he wasn't on board with it, right? So now I do think that there was kind of this calculated, decision-making, on the part of the front office and Dave Roberts, kind of okay, well, this is just, we're not telling him he can't play both ways. We're just going to have him not hit on this particular day, right? And I think it was little enough that Ohtani, right? And again, I think, Japan, it's very much kind of right, there's a very clear kind of social hierarchy. You're supposed to listen to your elders or somebody who outranks you. Now, with Ohtani, it's a little bit tricky because he's so big. He's literally the most famous person in the country there. And if you kind of watch the dynamics, for example, on his WBC team, it's a little bit strange there, right? Because usually, in some situation like that, manager's word, that's the law, And so, in this case, with Roberts, though, I mean, he obviously he has cachet. The Dodgers are kind of a big team now. I think that if Ohtani fought it, sure, like they would probably, right, capitulate, but he's also kind of not. He hasn't been that guy yet, right? I mean, right now, the Dodgers are obviously, with their ownership, they're kind of right. Other Lakers are kind of getting a taste of what it's like to build a team around one guy and having that guy call all the shots with like Luka Doncic right now. That is not the dynamic with Ohtani, right? I mean, if Ohtani could, he very easily every trade deadline come out and say, you know what, hey guys, we need this, this, and this. But again, like in that culture, that'd be so kind of speaking out of turn that people aren't going to do that. So I think that there's a bit of kind of guesswork. They're kind of trying to fill each other out as they're kind of, going about this thing. And I think, yeah, this is going to be an important dynamic as we kind of move forward from here, because clearly this knee thing is it's strictly a thing of pitching, right? I mean, we just saw him hit a bomb yesterday, halfway up the pavilion in center field. I mean, this guy, this is not affecting his hitting. And I do think that as he gets older, there's going to be this discussion about, okay, well, is it better what do we do? Do we cut back on the pitching? Do we move him into the outfield maybe, right? I mean, that was his dad's suggestion. Right. So, what do you kind of do? And clearly, Ohtani has been very protective of his status as a two-way guy. So the relationship, I think here, and kind of the more communication they have and stuff, I think is really good. I think the one good thing is that it sounds like he's got a very good relationship with Dr. Neil Alatraj, the team doctor. He does seem to, take a lot of, he really does trust Alatraj, which is kind of a big thing, because I do think, people from Japan, a lot of times they don't really trust Western medicine, right? And, my understanding is also Alatraj has a very good relationship with Roki Sasaki. And I think that those are very kind of important things, because there is, again, a pretty big divide there, right? My mother was a nurse in Japan. My brother is a doctor out here, and basically my mom's always like, hey, you're basically like just like a drug dealer, right? Like you're just pushing medicine onto your patients, which is kind of not the way they do things over there. And so there's kind of this natural cultural kind of divide on the way you kind of do things. And the fact, though, that they have bought into, at least with the team doctor saying, I do think is very kind of important in this dynamic.
Yeah, Dylan, we know that how important he is to the offense, but still they need him this year on the mound with Blake Snell and Tyler Glass now missing a lot of time, but they're going to be back pretty soon. You got the All-Star break. You've got the injection and just getting his knee drained. What do you expect from how they're going to manage him in the second half of the season? Do you think that maybe he throttles down 8 to 10 starts, something like that, knowing that not only are they going to need him at the plate to win a third straight title, but you might need him on the mound more than ever? Do you expect maybe they ease back? I mean, he's got an outside shot at the Cy Young, but still kind of with the innings where they are. How do you expect them to manage Shohei in the second half?
Yeah, I don't think they know at this point, really, right? I think that this is going to be kind of a wait and see and kind of react type of thing. I think a lot of this is going to be driven by Ohtani himself. My guess is that until he's probably out of this Cy Young race completely, he's going to want to keep taking his regular turns. One thing that kind of came up relatively recently, and I can't remember when this was, maybe a week or two ago, he talked about kind of the pride that he took in just kind of being able to take every turn in the rotation, right? And, kind of being there for the team, so to speak. I think there's also kind of this thing of, I think we have to remember a little bit too that, like, yes, the World Series means a lot if you grew up in the United States and, right, you are kind of submersed, in American baseball culture. That's kind of the ultimate. I do think that for a kid growing up in Japan, honestly, the biggest thing is the WBC. I honestly, like, I think a lot of guys, from the Dominican, from Venezuela, the WBC is probably bigger than the World Series, right? So there is also kind of this like value system of like, what is it that's important? And to be honest, like me, like as a spectator, look, here's the truth. I get paid the same whether the team wins or not, right? It is better for business, obviously, if the team wins. I mean, I think, right, you guys will probably get better ratings if the team wins. More people will read my stuff if the team wins. That said, it doesn't really like affect me that much. That said, as kind of like a neutral observer here, look, I've seen great hitters before, right? I mean, I saw Barry Bonds play. You're not going to convince me anybody's better than Barry Bonds, whatever he was or wasn't doing at the time. I've seen great teams before, right? Whether this team wins again or not. What I have not seen before is kind of what Shohei Ohtani's doing and trying to do, right? And So from that standpoint, personally, I would just kind of like to see him kind of push this as much as he can, just to see how far he can go and what the limits of this thing are. One thing that I do really like about Ohtani's career, right, and I think we could say the same thing about Clayton Kershaw too. There is no what if, right? There was no, now you could say that by kind of overly extending yourself, you're setting yourself up to fail, right? To fail. And we can go back to Kershaw's, right, playoff struggles, so to speak, earlier in his career. But there wasn't ever a kind of, well, what if he had pitched on short rest? Well, we found out, right? And we saw what happened with Ohtani last year when he took the ball in Game 7 on 3 days rest. Well, that didn't actually go well, right? But he's always kind of dared. He's not, right? These guys are like unafraid of failure. They're going for it. And personally,
it's such a great.
I would rather kind of see that.
Yeah, no, it's such a great point, dude. And like, I'm glad that we got to have you on because I read your work all the time, but I've never actually got to talk to you. And so we will 100% do this again. Make sure you're reading Dylan Hernandez in the California Post. Dylan, come back on, dude, and talk baseball with us. Thank you, pal, for being candid and keeping it real.
No, thank you so much. And sorry I'm so long-winded. My wife always gets on me about that. But.
Don't be sorry, dude. This stuff's so good. Don't apologize, Dylan Hernandez.
You're the man, Dylan.
The California Post. We're going to, hopefully, if he's up for it, make him a regular. That was absolutely incredible stuff. We'll break down some of the things that he said, and we'll do the DMAC and Reiter Hero of the Day, at least the nominees, next year on DMAC and Reiter. back into the show. DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. I usually know if I'm going to like a guy or gal based on how they write as a former newspaper writer and columnist, and that was true there. I think I interviewed Dylan 10 years ago, but I don't remember him that well. That guy was cool, dude. He talks like he writes.
Oh, yeah. Dylan's the man. The insight that he brings as far as just the Shohei Ohtani angle of it, like he's Mr. Shohei Ohtani right now as far as the Dodgers media goes, because he'll stay for the Japanese presser that follows the normal presser.
Wow, yeah.
And that's when Shohei will really start saying some stuff that he probably won the other one. So, yeah, it's incredibly insightful. And look, he seems like he's on your side, right? He wants to see more show.
It was
I want to see
complicated.
a little less show. It's
It was
very
nuanced.
very nuanced, absolutely.
You and
Yeah.
I, if we were keeping score, I gave you 4 obnoxious eyebrow raises. You're wrong and I'm right. And you gave me 3.5. So I think it was very, very close on the
that's
Dylan
funny.
Hernandez score settling. One of the most interesting things that I thought he said, just very quickly before we get to the DMAC and Reiter Hero of the Day nominees, is where he pointed out that Dylan Hernandez speaks fluent Japanese, and he doesn't know Shohei Ohtani, and Shohei's teammates don't know Shohei Ohtani. Was that I guess, Shohei holds himself apart a little bit.
Yeah, he's extremely polished, almost like a politician in his answers. And I think the thing with Shohei, too, naturally, Bill, is since he's pitching and he's hitting, he's got a very strict schedule. So it's not like he's going to be a dude that's just sitting at his locker, hanging out 24/7. He's got to be this place, that place. He's got to be on the mound. He's got to be in the cage. So I think just by nature, he's going to have less time to socialize. But, yeah, I mean, what he says, very calculated how he goes about it.
All right, it's time for the nominees for Hero of the Day. The way that it works is that Doug and I are going to nominate as many people as we think are worthy of that distinction. We will have a poll that will be narrowed down to 4 names by Sammy and by Bursch, and then you, the listener, you get to decide who is actually the Hero of the Day. We'll announce that at the end of the show. You can vote for that winner over on the YouTube stream at the Fan LA. Can I go first just to get one out of the way that I don't want to do, but I just credit where it's due?
Yeah, let me hear it.
I hate this guy with a burning... Jude Bellingham. I'm just going to nominate Jude Bellingham. I can't stand him. I don't like him. He plays for Real Madrid. Beyond that, I don't like him. He was sensational. He has been one of the... He's up there with Mbappe and with Messi in terms of just... And Haaland, maybe, up until this last... For just level of domination and greatness and excellence. He scored a couple goals over the weekend. Ugh. Feels dirty.
It's crazy how Paul McCartney wrote that song in 1968 about him. Isn't that wild? So they could all sing "Hey Jude."
I so hated doing that I was on a 3-second delay. On your
Hey
joke.
Jude.
I got it.
Hey, he was the man.
Just scored. Take a bad moment for Bill and make it worse. Okay.
Okay, yeah, I love. Okay,
That was rough, Bill.
that was great.
Nah, thank you.
Justin Robleski. I gotta go, Robo. He was robbed from an All-Star game bout. I don't care that he's going in through the back door. All's well that ends
You mean
well.
Justin Nobo?
Justin Nobo.
Man,
He was
get it.
Robleski'd from that.
Whoa!
And he does replace Cincinnati Reds right-hander Chase Burns, who had to step aside due to tightness in his right groin. So Justin Robleski making the All-Star team in a year where they absolutely needed someone to cover those innings, second most innings pitched on this team out of this rotation after Yoshinobu Yamamoto. He's been excellent. He deserves that All-Star nod. I hope he enjoys it. I hope he soaks it in. I hope that he embraces it because you never know. This could be his last, but an incredible, incredible start to the season for Justin Robleski.
I'm going to nominate Austin Reaves. And look, I know he's making a lot of money, but he just gave up, and we'll talk about this later in the show, $5 million of his money. Went from 185 to 180 to try to make it easy for some things to happen. Zaire Williams just got signed. We'll discuss that later. The Lakers, despite Williams being signed, are reportedly still in on Kaminga. That is in part how the math works because Austin Reaves gave up some cash. $5 million ain't nothing. And so Austin Reaves, as an act of selflessness to a degree, or at least financial flexibility, I'm going to put him on there.
Austin Reaves, I love it. Okay, I'm going with Rock Chalowski. Former UCLA player, drafted first overall by the Chicago White Sox, had about 2,000 people, it felt like, behind him to celebrate his draft selection. So that's awesome, man. Dude from UCLA, from Westwood, that team absolutely disappointed in the tournament, but still, that's incredible, man. And the number 1 overall pick, local dude, go Bruins,
It's good
4's
news.
up.
You know the bad news is?
Yeah.
He's a White Sox now.
The White Sox aren't bad.
All right.
Okay.
Have you been to Kaminsky?
I've never been to Kaminsky.
Keep it that way.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right. I'm gonna nominate TMZ. I just love how they just get random stuff, and they dropped the video of Aaron Donald, which we're going to discuss in a few minutes here. And they also reported that he looked a little tired, a little worn out. Just TMZ for the excellent reporting on the Donald would-be comeback.
I love that. No, TMZ reporting something, and it's not a bad thing. It's like a great thing, right? It's awesome because if you're a Rams fan. Okay, I'm going Bo Lawrence. That is who the Rams selected with the 40th overall pick. You love that. He's going to a great organization. We'll see what kind of player he turns out to be. But if you get drafted by the Dodgers, you have to feel pretty excited about that. So, hey, welcome to the Dodgers.
I'm going to nominate Jordan Love, who was a part of the game this weekend, for looking at you the way that I do when you try to tell me that Ohtani shouldn't pitch for the next 3 years.
I got no love from Jordan Love. That's what you're saying?
Our boss, Andrew, sent a video. I was just sitting around doing, I don't know what I was doing, and I saw it, and it made my weekend.
Hey, man.
You look crestfallen.
Hey, look. Hey, I went for it, though.
You did. You
Water boy. Hey, Jordan, here's my water. Okay, yeah.
Jordan, no love for you.
No love for me at all,
Come on, Jordan.
man. Love hurts,
That's DMAC,
bro.
dude.
Jeez.
By the way, you're bigger in L.A. than he is. And that is 1,000% true.
He's pretty. Dude was massive, though, physically.
Yeah, I wasn't. Yes, I wasn't discussing about your physique. I wasn't praising your physique, dude. I wasn't praising.
You sure?
Oh my god,
you swole there, dude. But you're right. No, Jordan Love. Yeah, wait,
swole.
no. He had a whole entire row of Packers fans. This guy dressed up like a crazy Packers fan. So yeah, man, I'll take the L on that one. L for love. But hey, we made up for it after.
All right, we're out of time. Do you have another one? You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
All right. You want to nominate Shohei Ohtani for being Shohei Ohtani? Not really. Do not put him on the list. He's Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter. We're obviously on Aaron Donald watch. We've been waiting on this. We've been excited about this. We've been wondering what the deal is. And speaking of TMZ, they have some news really from Friday evening, but it's worth your time. They have an update that is positive. They have an update that is negative. So we're going to get into the latest on Aaron Donald, and we're also going to sort of get into a thought experiment. We want him back, but there's a risk. There's a dark side. There's a problem that we want to prepare you for when we come back on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, next on DMAC and Reiter. What up, LA? He is Doug McCain. I am Bill Reiter, DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That is calldowntown.com. Your daughter's younger than my daughter. Your daughter is young and probably still likes you. My daughter's older and likes me. My soon-to-be 17-year-old, her boyfriend loves Monster Jam. He is obsessed with Monster Jam.
Wow.
So, Tyler, if you're listening, you can't win this, all right, because you know me. So just chill, bro. Just chill. Apparently, it's amazing.
Yeah, I've been to one. It's very loud.
Okay.
But you get into it, dude. It's a spectacle.
I may go this week, and I've been informed. And that's because Monster Jam is coming to Crypto.com Arena this weekend, July 17th to the 19th. And nothing compares, as Doug just told you, to the one and only Monster Jam with awesome trucks, amazing stunts, big air, and action-packed excitement. It's the definition of fun for everyone. See the world's most popular trucks like Gravedigger and El Toro Loco, Sparkle Smash, and more only at Monster Jam. You can't get this kind of wow just anywhere. Once you experience Monster Jam live, just like Doug told us, you'll become a fan for life. Few ways to get your tickets. Get your tickets on AXS.com. That's AXS.com. Or call in when? Right now. Let's do, what call are you feeling?
Let's do 3.
Caller number 3 gets 2 tickets to Monster Jam this Friday night at Crypto.com Arena. The phone number, caller 3, 855-97-LA-FAN, 855-97-LA-FAN. Can't be you, Tyler. Right? I think, right? I don't think no. If it's a Tyler, it's a no, okay? You got it, Bersh? He's out. Watch yourself, Tyler. All right, if you want to call us, well, you know, it's the same phone number, so we'll just wait at 855-97-LA-FAN. That's how you get the tickets. So if you're calling to talk about other stuff, just give it a beat because these lines are lighting up to try and get these Monster Jam tickets. Aaron Donald, this happened on Friday, report from TMZ. He was at the Rams facility. Very cool. Less cool, Aaron Donald reportedly looked like he was, they didn't use the word haggard, but that's the word I'm going to use, that he was gassed. And there's been a series of people that have come out, have discussed this, sort of talked about what it all means, as we obviously here in LA await an announcement, the potential of whether or not Aaron Donald will return. But, you know, before I get to these, what's going to happen sooner? Aaron Donald announces whether he is unretiring or LeBron James announces his next team?
I'm saying LeBron.
You think so?
I have a theory as to when I think Aaron Donald will reveal if he comes back or not. I think that's a little later this month. My gut tells me LeBron's this week, though. But you're Mr. LeBron James, though. What do you think? What say you?
When it comes to LeBron, I never know.
Okay.
You think it's this week?
I think it is. Well, here's the thing. I think that maybe he's waiting for the World Cup to be done so he get all the attention for himself 100%. Maybe.
Yeah.
So it could be next week, which hope that's not the case because we're not going to be here.
We're gone.
Yeah, LeBron's got to know.
We're on vacation next week.
Maybe LeBron will do it when he knows we're gone because he's afraid of what we're going to say.
That's real.
That's especially
LeBron
for you.
James.
Oh, yeah. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay. All right, go back to Aaron Donald. You're Mr. Aaron Donald.
Hey, 99.
What?
99.
Oh, I thought you said 1999. Sorry. No, I'm sorry. Jeremy Fowler, who I know is a good guy from ESPN, talked about his report over the weekend on Aaron Donald.
Aaron Donald, I'm told, has not made a decision about his future as to whether to play this year, and that he does work out of the Rams facility off and on really over the last few years since he's been retired. So there's no hard news here. As last I checked, the Rams hadn't made any sort of firm contract offer. Now, the Rams are leaning into this possibility. When you talk to people there, they're not denying it. They're sort of open. Well, they're certainly open to the idea. Donald seems open to the idea. People in the NFC, executives, coaches are asking around, like, is this really going to happen? Could be a situation where he comes in like a sniper mid to late season, skip training camp, come in, get some sacks with Myles Garrett.
All right, that's Jeremy Fowler at ESPN. And Adam Schefter on the Pat McAfee Show today had a little more information, a little different information on why Donald worked out at the Rams facility.
He told the team that he wanted to go there, work out, see how he felt, see how he reacted, see everything that went along with being back in pads on the football field, and seeing how it made him feel. Now, I don't know what he told him about that after he went through those workouts at the facility, but I really think it was just a trial method to see how his whole body reacted, how his mind reacted to being back out there. And my guess is, in the end, that he will, just a guess.
Hell yeah.
Because obviously he's thinking hard about it. There are a lot of people that want him back there. He has to make the decision ultimately, but I mean, I would think it's got to be awfully enticing for him to come back and play this year when the Super Bowl will be in L.A.
This is DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. That was the newly minted contract extended Adam Schefter. Congratulations to Mr. Schefter talking on the Pat McAfee Show. And then lastly, Mark Schlereth was actually on this station just about an hour or so ago on Brock and Alex Midday in LA, and also was discussing, had this to say on Aaron Donald.
How real do you think this Aaron Donald comeback actually could be?
Oh, I think it's 100%. I think it's done. And it frightens me. Like Aaron Donald, for years, the best football player I've ever watched play.
All right, so there's a lot of smoke. Being at the Rams facility, as Jeremy Fowler said, doesn't guarantee that he's coming back. He's there sometimes, but obviously, I would imagine if Aaron Donald's coming back, he's going to try to get into shape. Here's my worry, and I know that you don't think this will happen. I don't think it'll happen. But the thing about the TMZ report that kind of got me, just the second one, there were two over the weekend, the second part of it, that Donald looked really, really exhausted. What if he comes back and he's old? What if he comes back? Because I remember when Conor McGregor was amazing. Whatever you think about Conor McGregor, that guy was a force of nature, DMAC. And he lasted, 67 seconds over the weekend? I mean, it was a humiliation. Michael Jordan with the Wizards. There's all these examples. How bad would it be if Aaron Donald comes back and he doesn't look like Aaron Donald?
Yeah, I mean, look, we saw last year at Phillip Rivers, right? Phillip Rivers comes back, and he did not look anything close to the guy that he was. I think the difference between Aaron Donald is just the simple fact that he's maintained a certain level of physique since he's been out, where, yes, you need to get into the football shape. That's something entirely different. That's conditioning. That's stamina. That's getting the pads going and finding the way to get through those double or triple teams. But I think that for Aaron Donald, if he was going to come back, he would only do it if he felt like he could do it at a high level. And the thing about AD is his floor is better than most players' ceiling. That we are talking about a guy that has, I think, reached higher heights than even Myles Garrett has in his career as far as how much he can disrupt an offense with his play. But if he comes back and he doesn't look like the guy that he was, and he maybe looks like he's a shell of himself, and it looks like it was a mistake, then I think that there will be some regret. And I think that if you're Aaron Donald, he's so proud. He knows what his legacy already is, and that legacy is he's on that short list of greatest defensive players ever. So if he comes back, I don't think that his legacy will take a big hit, but I just think that it could disrupt some things because they have a lot of talent. You got Braden Fisk, you got Kobe Turner, you got Poona Ford, you've got a lot of talent there, but the juice is certainly worth the squeeze, man. If he wants to come back, you got to go for it.
Risk-reward ratio, you think, is more. And to your exact point here on DMAC and Reiter, DMAC, I still think Michael Jordan's probably the greatest player of all time, but you would agree, and wherever Jerry Harrison Jr., I hope Jerry's not listening in the car, because the probably would make Jerry accidentally swerve into the median if he's on the 405. There's a lot of people like Jay here, our friend, who think it's outrageous to even put LeBron in the competition. Regardless, Jordan is either the best or the second best player of all time. If he's considered second, it's barely by the people who are thinking about it. His Wizards tenure did not affect him one bit at all, one iota. And so to what degree do you think, I don't think coming back would impact Aaron Donald's legacy in the long term. It would impact it over the next 6 or 7 months. We would talk about it all the time. Do you think he cares? Do you think he is remotely focused on legacy, for better or for worse, Aaron Donald, when he's contemplating whether to join Myles Garrett and the betting favorites this year to be Super Bowl champion?
I don't think he does. I think that what he considers is, hey, I'm hungry again. If he comes back, it's because he misses the game, and he thinks he has a chance to do something special with Myles Garrett. I think the reason why he is considering coming back is also a reason why I think that his level of play will be extremely high, too, because if he comes back and you see him play maybe 400, 600 snaps, and maybe he's a designated interior pass rusher and he's not getting double team, you can't double team both of them. You can't quad team or triple team both of them. They are going to get freed up one way or the other, and they got guys that can cover too. So I think that this defense on paper and this offense on paper, they're going to go into this season as the most talented team on paper since that 2007 Patriots team that went undefeated in the regular season. So I think a part of the draw here for Aaron Donald is if he comes back and he plays well, that this strengthens his legacy. He gets to pursue another title. He doesn't have to have, hopefully, the physical burden of all the double and triple teams because of Myles Garrett. And I think it hopefully will lead to a version of football for himself that is not like we saw when he was at his absolute prime. I will say this, though. If you look at Aaron Donald from 2015 through 2021, he averaged a 92.6 PFF grade. That was the lowest. And then his peak was 94.8. So we're talking about a PFF grade that was actually higher than Myles Garrett at his peak. But the last couple of years, that was at 90.5 to 90.8 on the downturn. So even when he did play his last season, it was on the downturn, but still elite. And with better players around him in a more optimized situation where he doesn't have to be as responsible like he was as far as just the overall defensive production, I think you could still get a different version of Aaron Donald than we've ever seen because he's hopefully going to get less attention and be able to wreak more havoc on the offense.
I'm going to play slight devil's advocate of a kind. What's somewhere between a devil's advocate and not like a shady angel's advocate?
That works.
A devil is an angel.
That can work.
Here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. There is a world where Aaron Donald's not good enough. There is a world where wear and tear or just time away has a severe impact on his level of performance. And I'm with you. If I had to guess, right, with the incomplete information we all have, I'll bet on Aaron Donald at the age he's at. It's not like he's 41 years old trying to beat Tom Brady at a position where you can't do that. But I do think, as much as I want to know if AD is going to return, and you want to know if AD is going to return, and it's a huge story, I don't know about you. I'm not a patient person. I'm not patient on getting my mail. I'm not patient back in the day when I took my SATs. I'm not patient on waiting on a job. I'm not patient on whether or not I got a dinner reservation when my wife's. I'm not patient. I want to give myself the ability to be patient on AD here because I think the line between getting off the rust and physical pain of getting back into NFL shape and not being good enough physically, it's going to be so marginal, it may take him a while to know. It may take him a while when he walks off the Rams facility and TMZ captures him looking exhausted to figure out whether that's just the standard reality of getting back into football shape, whether he plays every down or some downs, and you're right, this will be much more of an optimized reality versus, oh man, I'm actually not able to do this at the level that I want to, and the physical pain and the recovery is it's just going to be too much. And so, as much as we all hope we know, and I'm curious what your guess is, when the Myles Garrett news first happened, and we talked about it here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports, and we all went, oh, Aaron Donald, let's get it. This will be amazing. I wanted a decision quickly so the team could plan, and frankly, selfishly, so we could talk about it on the radio. I'm more inclined to give the guy some grace as I've thought about it, and if he needs to let us know in August, if he needs to let us know in September, if he even needs to announce or it gets broken that he's interested and the season's beginning, but he's just not sure, I think I'm going to try to talk myself into the kind of patience I don't usually have inside me, Doug, because it is a big ask, and you don't want the dude to come back and look like a broke, like Conor McGregor, like Jordan with the Wizards, like Phillip Rivers, and some of that is just giving him the grace and time to figure it out.
Yeah, I think that's I think what I think people are missing with Aaron Donald, where I think you're 100% right. You got to be patient with him. You got to allow him to make the decision. Am I in football shape? Can I withstand the rigors of a full NFL season after missing 2 years? So to me, I agree with you. It looks like he 100% wants to play, and right now he's seeing if the body will let him play. And if the body will let him play, I think that he wants to return. I think the other thing to consider with Aaron Donald is he's never been one to be a troll, to tease, to do things to call attention upon himself. You look at LeBron James, Aaron Donald, really different. I don't think that this is something that Aaron Donald really enjoys. I don't think that he enjoys all the speculation and all the limelight and all the attention that he's getting from this. I think that this is a guy that seriously wants to make a run, and he wants to return to playing the game that he loves. And I look at it this way. There should be less pressure on him, knowing that even without Aaron Donald, the Rams are the prohibitive favorites to win the Super Bowl. They're that right now. So to me, Getting Aaron Donald back, that'd be like a billionaire winning the lottery, right? You're already in a great spot.
I would hate that person, though.
You hate that person?
I would hate a billionaire winning the lottery.
What if the rich guy won the lottery? That's
I would
what
hate
the
him.
Rams. You would. Well, you're going to hate the Rams.
I'm not going to hate the Rams. Although it's, by the way, our guy Bursch, great work by the executive producer of the show, just let us know that Devontae Adams in the last hour posted a story on Instagram of a picture of him with Aaron Donald. And per your LeBron comment, it's like you're psychic, you're connected to the audience. You know what they're vibing on. Because over on the stream at the Fan LA, smash that like button, everybody, if you're in there. At the Fan LA, Ipe from prison wrote, "Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. Apples applies to LeBron." And to that point, to what degree is Aaron Donald just the human being, the leader, the voice, worthy of a little extra latitude?
I think a lot. I think especially what the equity that he has with this franchise. And I think, too, the guy's excited again. Like, the guy clearly has been re-energized. Like I was saying a couple weeks ago, this is as if a team traded for Reggie White and then Lawrence Taylor comes out of retirement and you're putting them on the same defense. This team on paper is going to be a team that they could go 17-0 if Aaron Donald comes back and this team stays healthy. They really legitimately have a chance. My first instinct
is to argue with you.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, wait, no, Doug's totally right.
I mean, this is going to be on paper. And I think I'm at the point where I'm at 100%. I think he's going to return. I really, truly do.
You're 100%.
I'm at the 100%.
What's your guess? What's your hunch? What's your thought?
So my thought is, I think July 23rd, when the Rams are set to unveil not one but two new uniforms.
That's early.
July 23rd, you have Aaron
when you
Donald.
And I are on vacation?
I'm hoping it's not the case.
Isn't that what? But is that the
But
debate,
I just feel like that would be a perfect opportunity.
We're gone.
Okay, so you know what?
I'll be to college visit.
Okay, so let's push it back. I think that visit, and look, yes, he has been, and I've reached out to some players about this as far as just him being there, right? Him working out there was not the typical Aaron Donald is back at the Rams facility working out thing. This was something very different. This was something that was factoring in the possibility of him returning 100%. You mentioned Devontae Adams just posted something. I believe Myles Garrett posted a autographed Aaron Donald jersey from his St. Louis Rams days or early LA with the old gold and navy. So his teammates think feel pretty excited about it. And here's the other thing, too. All of the most important people that are surrounding this thing, Aaron Donald, Les Snead, Sean McVay, none of them, Bill Reiter, none of them have rejected this. None of them had said this is not going to happen. This is not Aaron Donald's style to drum up all this excitement. The dude's coming back, and he's going to help lead a team that is going to enter the season as one of the most hyped teams in the history of the National Football League, with a chance to form the terrible twosome, like the most powerful. I mean, quarterbacks are going to be reading defenses. They're going to be reading their wills. You know what I mean? Like, there is going to
be dead.
They're going to be dead. They're going to get killed.
I'm trying to get the joke.
I'm just saying, like this to me is just one of the most exciting things that you could experience, knowing that you're getting your franchise best player of all time with some hopeful prime years left, joining Myles Garrett. I don't think that this is Aaron Donald just rolling this out and trying to get some attention. Like I said, shout out to TMZ.
Yeah, he's not. They did a hell of a job. Easy213 says AD on the chat on YouTube for DMAC and Reiter at the Fan LA. He writes, AD is very aware of where he stands in the pantheon of NFL greats. He said he wanted to go out like Barry Sanders, so I do think he cares about his legacy, and that's a good reminder. It's a good factor. The thing that I can't stop thinking about is something you just said, DMAC, and I think you've said it before, the optimization of the situation he'd be in. He doesn't have to come back and carry the defense. He doesn't have to come back and be the game wrecker. He can be the secondary guy to Myles Garrett. The level of pressure and expectation is so much lower that he can be a piece of a monster, not the monster himself.
Exactly. He doesn't have to just be it all by himself. And I think that's the number one biggest reason why he's going to return, is because the physical toll it takes on him. He's talked about this, that, hey, man, you got the entire team complete geared towards stopping you. Well, things are going to be a little different. Is he still going to be in the trenches doing the dirty work? It's still going to be tough. Absolutely it is. But I think that wore Aaron Donald down. And I think, too, he sees an opportunity to win another Super Bowl. I think if Aaron Donald comes back, just knowing what I know about him from how he's played his whole career out. I think he's going to want to be there for the entire training camp. I don't think he'll practice Wednesdays, right? But I think that they're going to give him the Aaron Donald rules. I think he goes all 17 games is the plan, and I could see him going for the Defensive Player of the Year award. No one's won more than 3. He could be the 4th Defensive Player of the Year award in his career. And how crazy is that, Bill? Think about how insane that is. We're talking about a guy that's missed 2 seasons, and no one laughs at the fact when you say he could win Defensive Player of the Year. How many sports could you say, oh, he can come back and win MVP? He can come back and be All-NBA. Aaron Donald's one of those rare specimens that could.
So I brought up the Jordan unretire here on DMAC and Reiter when he was a Wizard as an example of what AD could be if things go badly. If things go well, he could be Jordan unretiring the first time when he went back to that Bulls team and was a huge catalyst for obviously a three-peat. It's a little different because the Rams are markedly better and AD doesn't have to be the most important player on the team. But you're right. He could take a legacy of being one of the greatest players in NFL history and just severely enhance it. By the way, speaking of enhancements, enhancing your weekend, congratulations to Jose in Baldwin Park. You won a pair of tickets to Monster Jam at Crypto.com Arena this Friday. Great seats are still available at AXS.com. That's AXS.com. And I may be there, Doug. You want to go with me if I go? Are you in?
To the monster truck thing?
Yeah.
I absolutely will.
Okay, I might be going. My wife tells me.
That thing is crazy,
I've heard
dude.
it's incredibly fun. You know what else is fun? Talking about how much I hate the All-Star game. Does Doug agree? Is DMAC? I'm a Debbie Downer here. I'm the Grinch of All-Star games past, present, and future. And we will see if DMAC will correct me, get at me a little bit next year on DMAC and Reiter. Presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. I had a good weekend, dude. I had a nice weekend. I missed you.
Yeah, I was about to say.
But you texted me.
What was good about your weekend? You didn't see me?
I missed you.
Yeah.
I thought we were going to hang out.
I thought about calling you on Saturday, but it felt like it would be...
You could have called me.
Really?
I was
like, you're enjoing your weekend with the family.
Might have been sitting around waiting on you.
Should I? Okay.
Where is he?
Sweet. All right. I'll be sure to...
Thought I made you mad.
I'll be sure to... I literally dialed it. I think I pressed and I ended it quick.
If you don't call me on my vacation, I'm not sure how I'm going to enjoy it.
I was thinking we could work a nice 6-hour FaceTime.
Okay.
What do you think?
I'm
You down?
down.
Okay, cool.
Name the time.
Lock it in.
I'm in.
Lock it in, baby.
It's the injury report brought to you by Ozeron Law, the injured worker hotline. Shohei Ohtani is out of the All-Star game, which Doug is so excited about. Got his knee drained last night. Edwin Diaz began his rehab assignment, and Blake Snell is expected to begin a rehab this week. Dude, I'm not gonna lie to the audience. Maybe it's a character flaw. I loathe with every fiber of my being the All-Star game. I just can't. Can I tell you the dumb reason why? That's how old I am.
Hit me.
I enjoyed it when there wasn't interleague play and the National League played the American League, and that was never a thing. It was really cool. But now it happens every year. There's no there for me.
I agree that has watered it down, right? Seeing those players go up against each other, American League, National League, now with the balanced schedule, every team essentially plays every team a certain amount of games. So there is that. I will say, though, the MLB All-Star Game, which I'm not the biggest fan of myself, just because it's a game that counts for nothing. I'm not saying I want to go back to that psychotic Bud Selig way
that
where
was so dumb.
It counts for the home field advantage. The winner gets the home field advantage of the World Series. I don't want to go back there. I will say this. You know what's one thing I've thrown out? And let me ask you this. Would you like the All-Star Game more? I've always thought this. Would it be cool if the All-Star Game was on 4th of July weekend?
Yes.
4th of July weekend. You have the Home Run Derby a couple days before. You have the media sessions. I just think it'd be kind of cool to start a new tradition, the Midsummer Classic on 4th of July weekend. I think that would add to the game. But look, it is an exhibition game. You don't have the biggest stars because Shohei Ohtani is not going to be there. But
the thing. If this thing mattered, Shohei would be there. He wouldn't be. I know we put in the Ozeron Law injury update. He's not injured, dude. I mean, he's not injured. He's doing maintenance. He went 4 for 11 over the weekend. He hit 2 home runs. He batted .364.
Ooh, you saying you like Shohei to hitting? I see.
I like Shohei playing.
Look. Here's the thing, though. It is not 100%.
You did like an old school, I see you like it. See,
see,
right, come around, yeah.
No, look. You like to see Shohei Ohtani, of course, healthy enough to do both. I will say, though, the knee getting drained, getting an injection for pain, they downplayed this injury a month ago. Now, clearly, they don't know why it won't go away. I have to disagree with you on that one.
How clear?
Wait, Bill.
The guy hit the cover of the ball this weekend.
He did, because it's not impacting him. Because he does not have to plant as hard on that left knee as he does when he's at the plate. If you notice Shohei's his stance is set up. He's not really even taking a massive step when he's getting into his swing.
Well, he steps when he runs.
Yeah, but you're not pounding. I mean, he's not throwing 100 miles per hour.
You think he's pounding his knee at 100 miles per hour?
I do think
he a superhero?
Look, he has that. Congenital, the bipartite?
I know, I understand, but dude, if he was actually so hurt and they were unaware of what was happening to the point of real concern, they wouldn't let him hit.
Oh, Bill, I 100% agree with you that
you're doing the wife thing. Where like my wife does. Where like when I know she's mad at me, she used my first name. Tell me, Doug.
No, I just thought it'd be cool to see her.
Doug.
That'd be cool to see her name.
I liked it.
Bill.
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. It felt good.
Okay, jeez. BR. I'm sorry, Mr. Reiter. Okay, but I will say this:
bad.
Could he be?
Talk to me.
Could he be at the All-Star game? 100%. Is he healthy enough to go take 2 at bats? He for sure could, but he's not at 100% physically. If he was, they wouldn't be giving him an injection. And here's the thing, too, that scares me, is that I feel like this is directly linked to the surgery that he had in 2019. And that bled into him having a bad year in 2020 at the plate because he had to miss 10 to 12 weeks.
I'm aware. I know. And round we go, do-si-do, Ohtani.
No, this is new stuff.
Okay, is it?
Yeah, 2019, linking it back there. But
all right, do you want to go more Ohtani? I was going to talk All-Star game.
I want to go more All-Star game.
I think the All-Star game, Now, I did take Lori and the kids to a home run derby in San Diego. We've talked about this years ago, and they looked at me like I had 3 heads when I told them the event was stupid because they loved it. Are you going to, I guess I'll watch it out of obligation, but are you looking forward to the home run derby tonight?
I am.
No, you're not.
I am. I absolutely am. I want to see Bryce Harper win it. I mean, the home run derby absolutely clears.
Do you think he'll have a dual fans?
What?
Like in the,
touche.
You know what I'm
saying? Hopefully tonight he.
Who do you think will make a cameo at this thing?
He's on fire.
No, too soon.
Yeah. I mean, here's the thing about Bryce Harper, and you got to be the great showman. You got to be the great host. And the home run derby clears the dunk contest. It laps the dunk contest.
I agree with that.
The home run derby.
They're changing it again.
I like it better, though, because you get the 20 swings. We're going to be able to see the home runs finish, hopefully. And look, it's a good product. I mean, it really is. When you see the best hitters, it'd be better if it was Aaron Judge versus Shohei. Shohei did a couple years ago.
They'll still be mic'd up, though. That's the thing. It's not like LeBron. Okay, so this sounds like I hate LeBron again. I don't. These are just facts. If I say facts and it's negative, I don't think it makes me a hater. LeBron James destroyed the NBA dunk contest because he refused to do it.
It's a part of it. I mean, that's the thing.
I think it's a huge part of it.
Dr. Dre, Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, all the greats, it feels like all the high flyers. Vince Carter.
Ohtani has been in the home run derby.
He has. He's honored it.
Don't have to do it. That's it. Don't have to do everyone.
I agree with
honor
you.
It.
I absolutely agree. But I will say this, though. The MLB All-Star Game is the best All-Star game in professional sports.
But that's like, what's the best thumb wrestling contest? Like, at a certain point, who cares?
Trash versus garbage. I get what you're saying, but I
don't hate it as much as I do. Like, I hate the NBA one, and the Pro Bowl shouldn't even exist. I want to feel the emotional connection, Doug, that I used to feel to it when I was younger. And I don't.
Well, what's tonight? I mean, you're going to get the home run derby, and then tomorrow, I think really it's just the I mean, I went last year. I've been the last 3-4 years. There's something about the build-up to it, right? And when you see all the players interacting, yes.
I wonder if we overlapped.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, man.
I've been to a few.
Maybe
Were you at the San Diego one? That was a long time ago.
I did not go to
San
Diego.
That might have been 7 years ago.
Yeah. I've basically hit like the last 3, 4, actually.
I'm going to look them up and see if we overlapped.
L.A., you had Seattle. You had the one in Colorado that was pretty awesome. And last year was great in Atlanta. But the cool thing is baseball, it's about matchups. And last year with Clayton Kershaw getting the commissioner's nod, right, where Clayton Kershaw was selected to the All-Star game, kind of like Albert Pujols was, and there was a great send-off. It's kind of one of those how could you not be romantic about baseball moments, seeing
that's fair.
A guy being around some of the younger players, kind of passing the torch. He was around Paul Skeens. He got to go out there and compete. He was mic'd up. It would be cool if it meant something, but at the same token, it wouldn't because it is an exhibition game. So you just have to take it for what it is. It is the best players on the planet, save for Shohei Ohtani because he's injured.
It's not. So it's not the best players on the planet.
It usually is, though. And Shohei, here's the thing. Can I say something? Shohei Ohtani owes absolutely nothing to Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, or any of those things. Because, look, I see people out there.
He owes nothing to baseball.
To play in the All-Star game, I don't think he owes them that.
He owes nothing to baseball.
He does not. He paid his dues already. You talked about LeBron James not paying his dues for the dunk contest. Shohei Ohtani has done the home run derby. He's pitched in the All-Star game. He's played in the All-Star game. I mean, there's nothing that he needs to do. I just don't think he owes them anything.
Okay.
You think he does?
You don't want my answer.
I would love your answer.
I think if he played for the Yankees, you'd have the exact opposite perspective. And you'd be yelling in your microphone what a selfish player that he is. And it's typical Yankees. I think if he had gone to the Padres or the Giants, he would never have gone to the Yankees. You'd be so outraged.
I can honestly say I would not.
The fact you said honestly means it's not. You know that, right? Anytime you say,
I can
honestly say.
Why would I have an issue? Why would I have an issue for a guy that pitches and hits, and he does it at a level that no one's ever done? Why would I care if he's not at 100%, whether it be the knee, whether it be the bicep, whether it be the blister, also has another newborn child that he probably wants to spend some time with.
Playing the dad card on me?
I'm playing the dad card on you. I have zero issue. Shohei won the All-Star Game MVP in 2021. What does this man need to prove? Here's it. This to me is an indictment. This is an indictment on Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball is too Ohtani reliant and too Aaron Judge reliant.
It's an indictment on Major League Baseball that they want to utilize the greatest player in the history of the sport. What was David Stern doing building up Michael Jordan? What an idiot.
He's given you...
Why didn't you focus on Gary Payton more?
I'll tell you this.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Is that one, dude?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm working on that one. Bill, let me tell you this. First of all,
tell me, Doug.
This might be the record for the most times
Hit me, Doug.
I said your name during a segment. I don't know why that is.
I like it, though.
Okay.
It's my new favorite segment.
But, Bill,
yes, Doug?
If Shohei Ohtani was with the Angels
yes.
and they weren't going to sniff the postseason like they typically didn't when he was there, I think it might be a little bit of a different story. But let's not forget, Shohei, back-to-back World Series titles.
What would the difference be?
The difference is that Shohei Ohtani has given Major League Baseball something it's never had. They've set ratings records as far as viewership in October, and that's when it's the most important. So if I'm Rob Manfred, I'm saying, hey, if the Golden Goose needs to chill out just for this week so he doesn't maybe risk injury.
Oh, my gosh. You're going to the injury thing again?
Well, I'm just saying, like, get him fresh.
He just went 4 for 11. He could hit in the All-Star game.
He could, but he shouldn't.
I don't want to argue with you, but you're full of it. You can't say that.
Not, what?
You're so full of it.
How? He could.
He could be injured. He just went 4 for 11 against the Diamondbacks. Good. What are you doing?
He could, in theory, be. He could take at bats. He absolutely could. Is that what's best for Shohei Ohtani? No player that's injured at all should be competing in the All-Star game. It's a game that means nothing. Wait, what's going on here?
I agree.
No,
you're just saying things you don't mean.
No, I am. You hate
Doug.
So you hate
Doug.
So you hate
Yes, Doug.
You hate the All-Star game.
I love you though.
You hate the All-Star game, yet you're mad that Shohei's not playing in it.
I'm mad that you're saying things that you don't mean.
Yes, I am. What do you mean?
I know you are.
Give me a perfect example.
Oh my god. Okay, it's fine. You're right.
I'm here.
Right, Doug.
No, I'm here.
No.
I just don't think that this is the right time to be risking anything. He got an injection. He's going to need to take some time.
That he can't hit because he just hit over the week against the Diamondbacks.
He just got his knee drained. They held it after, but it was after the series.
Oh, I haven't covered baseball in a while. Does the All-Star game go through Sunday? He couldn't have his knee drained Wednesday night?
But then that would bleed into the second half of the season.
By 2 days?
The Dodgers have a very big 9-game road trip.
I'll see 2 days upon the return.
They know what they're doing.
You
and
do
I
too,
think
Doug.
you do too.
I beat you to the same line. All right. You know what else we're doing?
What's
the
up?
NFL report.
Ooh.
With some news on the Rams you do not want to miss. Doug and Bill. Next on DMAC and Reiter. Welcome back into the show. DMAC and Reiter presented by DTLA Law Group. I can't hear you. On the new 97.1 The Fan, buddy. The voice of LA sports, accident or injury. Visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. No context share with you here on the new 97.1 The Fan. I just told Doug he's the Shohei Ohtani of my life.
I'm the Dalton Rushing, okay? Hothead over
Not
here.
what I said.
Yeah.
That's not where I went.
Okay.
It wasn't my take. You ready for a little NFL report?
Let's hit it, baby.
It's time for the latest headlines on and off the gridiron. It's DMAC and Reiter's NFL report.
Let's go.
That's right. This is the NFL report.
Hi, Ryan Bershinger.
Hi, guys. So over the past few days with the NFL report, we started going division by division, previewing the upcoming season as, of course, training camps start to open up next week.
Is today the NFC South?
Today's the NFC
You
South.
could hit a buzzer and end this segment.
Ouch.
But we should do it.
Shots fired.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so today we're wrapping up the NFC. We have one more division that we have to talk about, and that's the NFC South. If you want to hear our other divisional previews, check out the podcast. We started it last Wednesday with the NFC West. But first off, the Panthers won this division. Despite going 8-9, which 3 teams in the division went 8-9 last year, somebody had to win it, and the Panthers did. Over the offseason, they signed edge Jalen Phillips and linebacker Devin Lloyd.
So, in 2024, Bryce Young started to play a little bit better at the end of that season, and he was quietly serviceable last year.
Yeah, he was. And
Yeah.
he got some valuable postseason experience. He's a guy where they have to decide if they really feel like their future is going to be tied to him.
What do you do there if you're them?
It's tough just because you invest in just top draft capital, right? Number 1 pick.
He's been
shown
awful.
some glimpses.
Yeah, he really has.
He's got accuracy when he wants to. I mean, I think for him,
How's the arm talent?
The arm talent, as far as just a velocity standpoint, not elite.
It's not great.
But he does throw, as they say, a very catchable ball, right? One that I think his receivers like. And you got Ted McMillan, you got some receivers that are talented.
Tua Tagovailoa.
Interesting.
Well, he's right-handed, but
I see the comp though. I love that comp.
Yeah,
yeah.
So here's the thing, and I don't know this off the top of my head. How many coordinators and head coaches has the poor kid had?
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, he really needs some consistency as far as the coordinators go. But at the same token, I mean, he's got to play some more mistake-free football, man. I mean, they went on a little run last year.
He only had 11 picks last year.
Yeah. Well, some of them came in bad situations, but I think if you're Bryce Young, the fact that they're as invested as they are, there's a little bit of a sunk cost fallacy, I think, element to it, right? It's going to be someone's job, so
always defines the NFL. Here's the good news. Can I give you the good news on Bryce Young?
Yeah.
He plays in the NFC South.
That's some great news for him because you can be very competitive in that league.
Well, next up here, the Buccaneers. The Bucs also finished 8-9. This offseason, they lost Mike Evans and cornerback Jamel Dean. They hired Zach Robinson as their OC.
I mean, I'm a big time. Are you a Baker guy?
I mess with Baker.
I love Baker.
Yeah, Baker's a dude. He's competitive, man. He'll keep you in a game, dude.
He's
got
a winner.
That. He is. And you got a shot when you have Baker Mayfield. You got a shot. I mean, he's not, I don't think, a top 5 quarterback or will ever be, but sometimes he has top 5 quarterback moments.
I want to do something when we get closer to the NFL season. I want to go through every starting quarterback and do a 0 to 100 arm ranking talent. You don't get time to prepare, right? So you have 4 seconds to answer. Let's just try one. Baker Mayfield, 5, 4, 3, 2,
out of what?
1.
Out of what?
Out of 100. 0 to
out of
100.
100, I would give him an 89.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's one of the best deep ball throwers in the league. Still.
Okay.
Yeah.
89.
89's good.
Bryce Young.
Bryce Young, 81.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
81. I can play this game.
Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams. I'll give an 85, but by the end of his career, it could be in the 90s.
His arm talent's going to change.
Yeah, of course. Your arm talent changes with experience. You know how to use that arm, baby.
I'm just checking.
Yeah, okay.
You should have dropped a bill there. Of course, Bill.
No, I'm not going to say it the rest of the show.
I thought arm talent was the talent in your arm.
Well, it is talent, but I mean, it's I think how to utilize that talent too, right? I mean,
isn't that your brain? Isn't that like a different thing?
Yeah, your brain has to tell your arm what to do.
Do we know what arm talent is? Are we not unified on arm talent?
I mean, I think we have different definitions to a degree.
I think we clearly do. Arm talent's the talent.
Yeah, but there's raw arm talent and then there's refined arm talent.
No, the refined part is your brain.
So you have the same arm talent in college as you do in the NFL?
I think
your
within
arm talent doesn't improve?
Not by a lot.
Okay.
That's why it's talent.
Yeah.
Right?
Sure.
Isn't talent just what's innate?
Yeah, I mean, there's an okay. I see what you're saying, but I do think that guys can become better throwers of the football.
That's not what I'm talking about.
Well, I think that you think that I think that arm talent is based on just sheer how fast and hard and you can throw a football.
I think those are factors in arm talent for sure.
But accuracy.
Greg Maddux was not a flamethrower, but was a great pitcher.
Yeah, great two-seamer. And
arm talent maybe wouldn't be that of a Randy Johnson.
Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying.
We're gonna refine it.
Okay,
we're gonna find common ground. You know what you have? Ask me what your radio talent is. 100.
You're crazy, dude.
No. Well, sorry. First, where are we?
We're on the Falcons now, which the Falcons did a lot this offseason.
Just kidding.
They signed Tua Tagovailoa to replace Kirk Cousins. They extended Drake London and Kyle Pitts. Matt Ryan is now their president. Kevin Stefanski now their head coach.
Yeah, they're done. Kevin Stefanski meets Matt Ryan meets Tua Tagovailoa.
I'm not very excited about the
wins.
Falcons. Yeah, that team is definitely going to be in the basement. I mean, I think that Matt Ryan is very intelligent. I think that he could be someone that could take that franchise to new possible. He's a bright guy.
He's done this past offseason?
Well, it's going to take some
They're
time.
the Atlanta Falcons.
That's a banger.
Yeah, thank you.
I love that one. But I just think that you got, I mean, Kyle Pitts is a guy that's underperformed, has a lot of tight end talent. And Drake London is still, I think.
But that didn't come out the way you thought it did.
I think Drake London still has the potential to be an extremely productive receiver. Stefanski, though, Tua, though, I mean, these are names. I mean,
the Tua thing is a bummer because there is a pre-Tua concussion and post, and obviously there's a series of concussions, and I don't want to make light of it. It's life is unfair and it sucks. He's just not the same quarterback that he was, and the quarterback that he was still a question mark. A question mark that I think would have answered the question in a positive way. But I think post those injuries, Doug, I have very little confidence in his ability as a quarterback, and I'm bummed for him that that's the reason why.
Yeah, I'm extremely out on Tua Tagovailoa, but hey, it's going to be in a controlled environment in Atlanta. And never forget, when he was with Bama, he had that big moment that essentially won them a national title.
That was wild, dude.
So
second half,
maybe he can rekindle that somehow.
I would love that.
And lastly, here the Saints. They finished last at 6-11 this offseason. They signed Travis Etienne, formerly known as Travis Etienne, and they drafted receiver Jordan Tyson.
Wait, are we doing Etienne now?
Yeah, that's a new thing.
I missed this.
Yeah.
When you said it, I didn't know how to respond because I didn't want to make you look bad on the air. Wait, he corrected his name?
He did. It was pretty
hilarious. He's been doing the wrong name thing forever, too?
I guess he didn't want to...
Statute of limitations. His name is Etienne. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
If you tell me your name is Doug...
I know, right?
Mackin?
Mackin,
it's too late,
yeah.
man. You're McCain, bro.
You tell me your name was Bill Reiter? I'm guilty of this.
Yeah.
But
I think I need a haircut.
But yeah, so they did focus on their ground game this offseason, and the Saints definitely are a team in rebuild mode. We'll see what they can do with Jordan Tyson as a draft pick. But
stop trying to break this division sucks.
They're not a great division.
Who you taking? The Buccaneers?
I'll go with the Buccaneers.
Win
man.
7 games, go 7-10, run away with it.
It's going to be a battle for 9 wins, basically, in this division.
The Panthers, in the context of winning the division, are interesting. Nothing is interesting about this division outside of that context.
And the thing about the NFL, though, is every year there's teams we think that are going to be bad. They end up being good. Good teams being bad.
I agree.
I don't think that is
Just
going
not
to
in
apply
this
to this
division.
one. Yeah, I'm with you
I
now.
circled it. You see the circle?
Yeah.
Not in that circle.
The NFC South. The absolute disrespect to the NFC South is real. I love it.
It's really, really bad.
It's
By
not
the way,
good.
this
It's
division is as bad as the NFC West is outstanding.
That's a great point. They're basically the antithesis of the NFC West, man.
All right, so we basically, who's the quarterback of the division?
Man,
Baker?
It's got to be Baker for sure.
I mean, I think there's a conversation to be had about Bryce Young.
They would love to see that for sure. I mean, I actually, Tyler Shuck for the Saints had some moments last year. He really did. So it's his rookie season. We'll see if he can break out. I think that's kind of a name to watch.
There were times when I went, oh shucks. Okay, that was way too obvious. Remember those days when we used to have a competition?
Yeah, well, he's going to Yeah, he's gonna
With the puns?
He's gonna shuck it, man. He's definitely gonna do it around the around the field.
Okay, you did the same. I missed
No,
the.
I didn't.
Talk to me.
I meant it a different way.
You know what? Okay. I liked it.
All
I
right.
liked it, Doug. You know what I'm saying, Doug?
Yep.
You get it, Doug?
I got you.
All right. Calling you Doug feels weird because now it's DMAC.
That's right.
Right? That's right. Step back, Reiter. Austin Reaves, along with all the other new Lakers, have spoken, and they have a message for you, LA. They think they can win it all. We'll let you hear that from them next. DMAC and Reiter. All right, what up? Thank you for hanging. Happy Monday. DMAC and Reiter presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury. Text injury help to 40222. That is injury help to 40222. Are we still new? I guess we're new. I mean, 8 weeks in the sort of world of sports talk radio in LA. We're the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Tell your friends, spread the word. If you like the show, let people know. We love doing this. We're working hard at it. We're so appreciative that you let us hang out in your car, at work, however you're listening on the FM at 97.1 or on the stream on YouTube at The Fan LA. I feel like I've known you my whole life, but we met, 3 months ago?
3 months ago, for all we know. We might have crossed paths a couple times and didn't realize it.
I'm sure we did.
Have you heard of string theory or whatever?
Yeah.
Like there's an invisible string that brings two people together.
Are you quoting a Taylor Swift song to me?
Yeah, I am.
It's not string theory.
Yeah, it's Taylor Swift's theory.
That's my favorite song on that album, by the way.
Oh, really?
Here's a weird overshare.
Yeah.
On that album, when that album came out, I was working 90 hours a week, and I would take naps. I would take 40-minute naps between sort of work things, and I would play that album when I slept, and it would put me right to sleep for some reason.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the modern-day philosopher, Taylor Swift. It's a invisible string. Yeah, I think that's it. So that's what I'm saying. Even though it's been a couple months, there's definitely...
Now I can never hear that song without thinking about you, like at a Dodgers game. And
I
me
apologize.
doing NBA stuff and just working our way through each other.
Oh, wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
It got weird in a good way.
Yeah, hey, man. Swifties. I've been accused of not being a Swiftie. I mean... I
think
I respect
Tay-Tay's
your work.
music is amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Amazing.
More banners at Staples than the Clippers had.
I will admit, though, I'll own this. I thought Travis was using her to get famous. That's a big L for me. I was wrong.
Yeah, I kind of thought that was definitely
Right?
a made-for-publicity thing, and hey, clearly...
And she's not hard to look at, right? So, hanging out, having dinner.
We'll see if that...
famous.
We'll see if
they love each other. I love it.
Yeah, they really do. We'll see,
It's
though.
super cool.
I mean, they might split, and he's the inspiration for an album. We never know.
So you still think it?
I mean, I think it's possible.
You're still on the... I ain't mad at you.
That one would slap, though, for sure.
Oh, my God. It would... So here's the problem, is I've accepted that some artists are terrible people, and that's part of the art. And so I think that gives me a little latitude to say the following. Sometimes you need artists to be brokenhearted for the sake of the art. And not that I want Tay-Tay to have her heart broken, but how good would that album be?
Dude, it'd be so good.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, oh my God. Travis is a great guy. Travis, if you're listening, I'm not saying this would happen. I'm just saying in an alternate universe where some other football player that's a tight end for the Chiefs is married to her, he runs off with one of her friends or something. How good is that album?
It will.
Breaks every record.
Hopefully it doesn't fumble that relationship, though.
I am also rooting for that.
Yeah.
So we don't get the greatest album in the history of music. So obviously we've talked a lot about the Lakers offseason, the post-LeBron era, where we're at, what it's going to look like, and now the actual Lakers themselves, the new look Lakers, have spoken. They spoke today as part of their sort of presentation for what this team is about, and Austin Reaves was one of the main voices people were excited to hear from, and the newly minted, not $185 million man, it's $180 million man. He took a little bit of a discount to help the Lakers have some flexibility. Austin Reaves today gave his thoughts on playing without LeBron James.
I don't know if I've honestly processed it yet. I mean, I kind of was thinking about it last night when I got here. Starting a season without, him being on the team is going to be different for me. That's kind of all I've ever known is him being around, joking around, acting like he's 15. But, that's his decision, and I've got nothing but love and respect for him. And, yeah, let's play some golf soon.
All right, so every time somebody, I'm not saying you, somebody says I have love and respect for that person, I have some doubts. I like to listen in and try to armchair sort of psychologist this thing. I think LeBron actually does like I think Austin actually does like LeBron.
I do too. I feel like they had a pretty solid relationship, and you could see it's pretty visible throughout his time there. I think that LeBron respected the work that he put in to get to where he was, and I think Austin Reaves, too, he really handles himself well in the media, too, and he's always given LeBron a lot of praise. So if you want to get to LeBron's heart, you praise him effusively like he has, and I think that's a part of it as well.
That's a very good point. So you're saying that he maybe was playing on LeBron's ego a little bit.
I think maybe a little bit. I think he knew what he was doing.
Smart guy.
Yeah.
I will say this, I think you are correct. I'm not even arguing. I'm just saying as another part of the sort of the Austin Reaves LeBron dynamic. For those of you that think I hate LeBron, check this out. LeBron has made a lot of people rich beyond what they earned. LeBron James has made a lot of NBA players look a lot better than they actually were. I really hope that's not the case here, but it's not impossible that Austin Reaves looked like a $180 million person because he played next to LeBron James. I think one of the biggest questions about Austin Reaves is to what degree is it real versus what degree was it the LeBron effect. And I, for the sake of the Lakers, you hope it was very, very real. As it relates to their relationship, he said nice things about LeBron, but Austin Reaves was much more effusive, was much more sort of candid in talking about his relationship with still current Lakers superstar Luka Doncic.
Luka, I mean, he's one of my best friends, on this planet. Talk to him almost every single day. He sends me videos of his golf swing and asks me what he can do to get better. And I tell him I'm not a coach.
I'm going to be the negative person. I'm going to bring the journalism sort of thing to this, and you bring the heart and the hope. Okay, I'm going to bring darkness. Remember the Care Bears that they'd shoot joy out of their stomachs?
Yeah, I do.
What a weird concept.
That was kind of wild.
But you be the positive person. Here's a negative perspective. Here's a pessimist view of Austin Reaves. LeBron James makes everybody look better than they are. Austin Reaves, the undrafted guard, didn't play well in the playoffs and didn't shoot at the level you'd want someone who makes the kind of money he's making per year. Oh, and apparently one of his best friends in the whole world is Luka Doncic, who the Lakers are desperate to keep happy. Put all that together, and I kind of worry that maybe Austin Reaves looked as good as he was because of LeBron and got paid because Luka required it.
I think that a lot of those things are in play for sure. I think that Luka Doncic, he made it known behind the scenes that Austin Reaves was a priority for him. I just love the dynamic they have, though, right? Luka is like, hey, I don't even want to look at in his direction, right? I don't want to give him any love, give him any props, and then Austin Reaves comes out and says this. But the reality is we know they're just kind of playing to the cameras, playing to basically the internet and the memes and things like that. But I think that both these guys really feel like they play their best basketball together. And I think Luka Doncic knows that he needs to elevate Austin Reaves to become the team that he wants and have the success that he wants. So I think that that's the biggest thing is, look, I know you can't win a championship through the power of friendship, despite what the Knicks showed us a couple of weeks, months ago.
Maybe you can.
Yeah, but if
your friends are all really good at basketball.
Exactly, and you have a lot of them that you really like.
A lot of them.
Right? So,
yeah.
But I do think that having your two best players have this relationship, especially in this day and age, especially knowing that having Luka be a happy Luka, it's a major factor. And I think that Austin Reaves says the right things, but I also think he acts upon it too.
I don't know why, but I pictured you talking to Luka as a baby. You're a happy Luka. You're a happy or a cat. I got weird. I got weird. Back in Reiter. Gucci, Gucci, Goo.
This is a good boy.
Who's gonna shoot a three? Who's gonna shoot a three?
Who's gonna pull up from the logo?
Things have gotten weird, haven't they? It's a Monday. It's a Monday in a weird week. All right. So here's my sort of final thought on Austin Reaves. I'm rooting for him. I was thinking while you were talking DMAC here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, what is required for Austin Reaves to live up to that contract? And my first thought was, okay, he's got to score, over the next few years, 24 points per game, and then maybe 25 or 26. And I need his three-point shooting percentage to jump from the 34, I think, percent that it is, or 35 to 38 or 39. What he actually has to do is be effective enough offensively as a secondary threat, at least on the perimeter, that Luka has the space that is required to just take over games. Like Austin Reaves doesn't have to be 30 points a game or 41% from three, as long as he's effective and dangerous enough that as a partner, to your point, with Luka Doncic, that Luka Doncic isn't doubled all the time and that Luka has the freedom to create and be Luka. And I think Austin can do that. The other thing that Luka needs, because all of this is about Luka Doncic. Really, the assessment of the Lakers team is going to be about how do they facilitate Luka Doncic being good enough to carry this team and to make everyone around him better. Is this team built properly around Doncic? And one of the things that he needs is an actual center, a guy that can get to the rim, a guy that can get easy buckets, a guy at that position at the five who facilitates what Luka requires. And that person obviously is Walker Kessler. We know he's given a bunch of money. They made an offer to the Lakers that Utah was never going to be able to match, and so you're able to sort of facilitate that deal. And Walker Kessler also spoke today, and he discussed what his contract extension with the Lakers, what that massive money means to him.
makes you feel a certain way when you know an organization, believes in you. And I think what they've invested, they're showing that belief and a monetary value, not just with money, but like you said, assets. And for me, I'm somebody that if I know that they have that belief in me, I'm going to run through a brick wall for them. That's just how I've been wired my whole life. And it definitely makes it a lot easier to go out there and compete for a team.
All right, so that is encouraging. You want a guy to feel that they believe in him. But to quote Mad Men, if you remember the Mad Men line, I want to feel respected. I want to feel that's what the money's for. I mean, Walker, great, they gave you the money. It also just needs to work. It needs to work in a tactical perspective. And I'm not picking on Walker Kessler. It's got to work more than feelings. And Kessler was really interesting, DMAC, today, talking about how J.J. Redick and he discussed how Kessler actually will be used.
Coach J.J. is obviously hyper intelligent, and obviously being a shooter himself, we've talked about it, and he wants me to be able to do that, because I think for a big to be able to stretch the floor like that or even have the threat of it, I think it makes other teams scout really difficult, because whether I can do that on the pop or catch on the pop, go second side or be able to roll, both those things are going to be really, really important.
Man, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the thing, is unlocking more of that offensive potential. In a perfect world, can he be a guy that goes over 20 points per game, double-digit rebounds? Could he be one of those guys and get you 4 or 5 assists? I think the versatility in his game and knowing that his shot, his three-point shot, I think he can develop. I think the playing with Luka Doncic as a guy that you can go pick and pop and you can use him as a lob threat too, that he has a lot of tools in his game, and I think that he's going to make a lot of people that have had opinions on him, knowing that were they really watching a lot of Utah Jazz games over the last couple of years, which I doubt they were. I think he's going to kind of prove to some of the casuals, hey, this is a really, really good player. I think he's going to be the most pivotal signing of the Luka Doncic era just because of what's at stake. And I love his attitude. I really do. I think that he carries himself well. I think he said the right things. And did he win the introductory press conference? Maybe not as flashy as some others, but you can tell he's ready to get to work. And that's the most important thing to me.
All right, so I'm not going to pretend that he's going to become Steph Curry. And I'm going to give the proper sort of data and context here. But last year, he did shoot 75% from the three-point line. Now, that's over 5 games where he took 8 3-point shots, 8 3-point attempts. He went 6 for 8. I mean, but Shaq could, dude, if you gave Shaq 1,000 chances to go 6 for 8 from the three-point line for $10 million, for $100 million, it would never occur. It would be in a pot. So there's a slight. What if Kessler can even? Because we've seen this. I'm trying to think of, and I should be able here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. I should be able to do this from memory. We've seen Brook Lopez as an example. There are big men because the era changed, right? The Steph Curry 2015-16 Warriors is this demarcation line between nobody needs to shoot threes and you can't win shooting threes. Sorry, Charles Barkley, you were wrong, but we were all wrong too. To, okay, you have to shoot threes, to 3 or 4 years later, 2019, 18, 20, that range, everyone had to shoot a three-point shot. It's very rare, maybe Giannis, but even he will try. It's just ugly to watch. We saw some centers who literally, if you go back and look at the data, and Brook Lopez is one of these guys, would shoot 0.1 threes per season and not make many of them, to shooting 6 or 7 or 8. Even if you go look at Blake, remember Blake Griffin? If you look at Blake Griffin's three-point shooting numbers from the Lob City era to the end of his career when he wasn't the point is, it is a skill that some centers can develop, and if J.J. Redick thinks he can do it, and if it's required, and I don't think he'll shoot 75%, but if the guy can go 6 of 8 in a stretch, maybe he can go 3.5 of 10 a lot of the time. Maybe the guy can shoot 34 or 35% from 3. And if Walker Kessler can do that, dude, I think you become there's certainly a world. He doesn't have to be a three-point shooter, a moderate one, to be worth the money. A lot of other things can happen. But if the dude can make 33% of his threes next year, and he does take 3 or 4 of them a game, I don't know, dude. Maybe there's a ceiling there that's reasonable relative to the money that he just got paid by the Lakers.
Yeah, I'm sure the Lakers are trying to explore all ways to try to improve his game. I mean, you mentioned some, the Brook Lopez's, the Marc Gasols, Al Horford's, even Serge Ibaka developed a 3. We saw Miles Turner, Channing Frye. I mean, there's guys that have stretched the floor and created more spacing, and really the key is just, can you be a threat? Can you be respectable out there so you can't just go inside the paint and try to basically be an other defender. But I think for him, it's just doing what he does and just taking it to another level with Luka Doncic, like spam pick and roll. Maybe give him some more touches as a short roller on the top of the free throw line. Let him work on his game there. I think for him, I look at the fact that his floor is elite defense in a guy that can be an absolute rim protector. So that alone is going to help Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves with elite rim protection, rebounding. He's efficient. I mean, I think the defensive numbers, I think, are tough to quantify sometimes. But, I mean, if you could get 18, 12, 3, and 2.5 blocks, like I want him to be a stat sheet stuffer, right? Be a stat sheet stuffer, be playable. Definitely make sure that you are dependable from an injury standpoint. He's going to go a long way. I think that we're so used to having these big limelight, Dwight Howard or Pau Gasol, Anthony Davis. I mean, we're used to having just A-list centers. I know Luka Doncic said he wanted an A-list center, but I think what he meant by that was the best available that they could get realistically, and I think he was on that A list. So I'm excited about Walker Kessler. I'm excited the Lakers did something. I'm excited they took action, and I could not be more excited about Laker basketball, man. It's fun again.
I love your positivity. I want to be excited. I'm just saying, how are you going to feel if he's a bust in 5 or 6 months?
I'm going to feel terrible.
Okay.
Typically, I am a guy where it's glass half full, glass half empty. I feel like the glass is filled with poison in it or something.
I'll throw the glass on the
right?
ground.
You'll throw the glass on the ground.
Yeah.
I understand. I just think that when you consider what they had available to them and the assets and resources that were available, and the fact that you are still, I think, in the courting process with Luka Doncic. Remember, I said that his prime is a lease. They don't own it, right? So I think that's a part of it as well. And at least they have something that there's a chance that it could work out, right? We're not watching strike three down the middle, right? We are swinging for the fences on Walker Kessler, and there's a lot of potential there. There really is.
All right, so I'm going to try my best to pronounce this name. I'm going to butcher it again and again and again. I've been just cheating, but with Mamu. I'm going to go back to Mamu at some point. Another person, there's a lot of investments that's got you excited, Doug, and I won't lie, it has me excited too. My knee-jerk reaction on the NBA, having covered this from a distance for so long, is generally not to believe moves like this will work because they normally don't. Normally when you overpay for a bunch of question marks, the question marks don't come through. The difference here is that the question marks are designed to maximize Luka Doncic, and Luka may be like LeBron in that there's an enhancement effect, and that's you don't have to have the perfect players. You do have to have the perfect players for Luka. And so there's a world where this is much more effective than sort of my NBA insiderism takes me. And Luka Doncic, when they built a mediocre team around him in Dallas, became an extraordinary team in Dallas. So it could work. Now to the pronunciation. You want to try it with me? You know, I'm going to say it like confidence. You know, Sandro Mamakashvili. I totally booked Mamu Kashvili. Sandro Mamakashvili.
Yeah, you crushed that.
On the fourth time?
Kelishvili. Mamu Kelishvili. Mamu Kelishvili.
Like I was saying,
how are we doing?
Mamu Kelishvili.
Mamu Kelishvili. Mamu
show off.
Kelishvili.
Mamu. Show off. Mamu did talk about what joining the Lakers means to him.
Growing up, watching Kobe and all these players, Lakers is a household name, and it's unbelievable to be here and have a jersey with my last name. I got a Mamu mentality tattoo. I just love his mindset, and growing up, I used to always say Mamu mentality. So it's a little far from each other, but we get it closer. I think I got that tattoo in 2018, my second year in college. I was motivated. I was trying to find a way to get to where I am and find my way into the league. And I understood it won't be an easy journey, but, I just got to keep my head down and keep working.
I mean, there's some cliches in there, but the details about LA that's awesome.
That is winning the press conference for
really
sure.
Is.
Hey, you made a connection with Kobe. Hey, we love you. We'll ride or die with you for
if you
sure.
Have a tattoo, do you have a tattoo?
No tats.
No tat. I'm not a tat guy.
Yeah, no
not
tats.
A tattoo. I would get a tattoo of you.
I do want to get one, though. My goal was always, how Tupac had Thug Life on his abs. I was thinking if I got Doug Life, maybe, but I need a sick. Okay, guess not.
I will pay for that tattoo.
You will?
After the show.
Okay.
Do you actually mean that? That's what you want, or do you like to joke?
But I need to get the six-pack first.
No, you got it.
I got to get the six-pack.
You told me you were swole earlier. You actually corrected me on the air. Of how
did I really?
You did.
Oh, no, I did not.
Yeah. Swole Life.
Okay, the Swole Life, baby.
Doug
yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
Doug Life.
Maybe I'll get it, though.
Will Gene get matching tattoo?
No.
You both get Doug life?
I don't think she would.
No.
Absolutely not.
Well,
Under any
Gene life.
circumstances. Maybe the Gene life, that could probably
That could work? Okay.
Yeah. But I love Mamu, though. I really do.
Dude, I mean, having a tattoo, that's not I have a Kobe sweater. That's not I like Kobe
Yeah,
and watch
exactly.
some YouTube videos or I pretend. That's cool.
That is. That's not like, hey, I wore his jersey in middle school or anything like that. That's real love, and it does feel like he was destined to be a Laker, and I think that he's perfect for what they need. He can absolutely give you spacing at the 4 and the 5. He's a real knockdown three-point shooter, so I'm excited about him too. I think that's a great pickup by the Lakers, and clearly he's someone that I think is going to welcome being a Laker, that he wants to put that jersey on. He can't wait to put that jersey on in a game, and yeah, I really think that if he shoots 30 to 40% from 3 on 4 or 5 attempts, that's going to be game-changing for this team.
Are you ready for my... All right, so I went negative because I think the analysis is important, and we're not gonna lie to you here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports, and certainly not on DMAC and Reiter. We're going to, each of us individually, tell you what we think, and that isn't always going to be what you want to hear. And so the sort of NBA insider analysis aside of the skepticism, the worry I have, here is an actual positive part of this team outside of the basketball. And the basketball matters, and the fit around Luka matters, and that can be enough. Sometimes I think fans too, can treat athletes like they're automated, just sort of, money athlete figures. They're human beings. You have to manage the talent. Going to work and liking your job matters. Having a connection to work matters. And not to make it about you and me, this is the first job I've had in a long time where when I get up on a Monday morning after a really nice weekend, I can't wait to go to work. It makes a difference in, at least for me, how hard I work, how good I try to be at the job, all those things. You try to be a professional, but when you like your job, it matters. Let's just go through this, okay? Austin Reaves, undrafted player, comes to the Lakers, becomes best friends with Luka Doncic. That's going to be a pretty happy dude. Walker Kessler, stuck in Utah, undervalued. They didn't pay him what he thought he was worth, which means they didn't value him very much. Gets valued by a storied organization and talks, and you just heard how much that means to him. That's going to be a pretty happy dude coming to work. Mamu was in Toronto, has a Kobe tattoo. Obviously, that is his inspiration as a basketball player. Gets to come to Kobe's hometown, the town that Kobe built, the Crypto.com that Kobe has a statue outside of. That's going to be a pretty happy guy when he goes to work. The basketball stuff's going to have to fit. It's going to have to make Luka Doncic play at a higher level, the moves that Pelinka and company have made. You're talking about a group of players who are thrilled to be here. Oh, and Luka Doncic, the most important player that's a part of this, wanted a big-time center, wanted Walker Kessler as a center, got him. His best friend, according to Austin Reaves, just got paid, got him. You just went and got another guy in Mamu who's going to make life easier and sort of fits the model for what Luka wanted. You also could have a really happy team. And again, LeBron is great. LeBron is awful. LeBron is the best. LeBron is the worst. It's all of these things. He is the most LeBron James nuanced player on the face of the earth. So understand, hopefully, the gray I'm trying to give you, not the black or the white. LeBron is great as a player. LeBron can be a lot as a teammate. I think there's a world where this is a very easily bonded, happy, let's go to work and do this together and kick ass together vibe for the Lakers. And that happens, Doug, and you've got an incredible vibe with this Lakers team on top of hopefully the X's and O's. It's DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. We have not talked World Cup soccer. We know what's going on. Jude Bellingham was great. I'm going to give him his flowers. Next here.
Hey, Jude.
DMAC and Reiter. back into the show. He is Doug McKay. I am Bill Reiter. And that makes this DMAC and Reiter presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. So my friends listen to the show. What's up, Bruno? And they always ask me some combination of two questions or acquaintances who I see out. One is, do you and Doug actually like each other as much as it seems? And the other is, because they know me, how does Doug take it when you start arguing with him and give him a hard time? And the answer is, yeah, Doug's, we do like each other. And I feel like you're a really good sport because, like, it's hard to be wrong that often.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing. I mean, the reason why I feel great about it because no one can tell me I am wrong. In my mind, I'm always right.
Is that
right?
part of it? Me too.
Sometimes I'm early. Sometimes I'm earlier than you might realize. Like, that doesn't mean I'm wrong.
You are early on wanting Ohtani to retire.
Okay, so
that's probably 7 or 8 years.
I was a little early on that, and someone's looking like
they should retire.
No, what? That's insane.
That's what I just said.
No, right about the management of Shohei Ohtani. Absolutely. Well, I think I certainly am.
Okay,
I mean, I think that we should play for October, not July. So, yeah, I do think that in a way. But, hey, I'm proud of Shohei. Honestly, Shohei, I think, could have pitched on Friday. Was probably driving in his Porsche and was listening to DMAC and Reiter on 97 when the fan was like, you know what? I'm going to sit this one out. I think I'm going to just bat and hit a couple bombs this weekend and give the arm some rest, the knee some rest. It's my theory. I can't it's not impossible. It's not impossible, right?
Sure.
Hey, I can dream.
855-97.
Like fanfic here.
LA fan. What no one's asked me yet is, how do you do it, Bill? Hey, never been asked that.
People ask me a lot of questions about you, to be honest.
Well, yeah, let's hit me with them.
Well, they're like, dude, does he really hate Real Madrid that much? Because the countenance, right? Your facial expressions. You go to this really dark place.
It's really funny.
When you just say the word Real Madrid. If someone just says Hala Madrid to you, if someone just brings up the fact they have 15 Champions League titles, the most of all time, you get this crazy look. Look at that. Look at you look so mad and upset right now. So they always ask me, like, is that a bit or does he really hate Real Madrid? I'm like, dude.
It's not funny.
See? Exactly.
I hate them.
I know. Hate's a strong word, but you definitely.
I really
hate Real Madrid.
There's not yeah, no.
You really hate them, Real Madrid. You absolutely you dread Madrid, man. You absolutely just hate them.
Look, can I take back something I said earlier?
Yeah.
But looking forward to going to work.
Hello, Madrid.
No.
Mbappe's going to win the
that.
Ballon d'Or next year. I'm just calling right there.
Yeah, if they win the World Cup, he will probably win the Ballon d'Or.
But I think he's going to roll over with Champions League with as far as be 2 World Cups in the Champions. That's how
but
I
the
feel.
Ballon d'Or is in a calendar.
I know. I think that'll. But I think the momentum of that.
I see what you're doing.
Okay, sorry.
It's okay. No, you're not sorry. Don't lie to the audience. You're happy. Well, this segues into the fact that England beat Norway 2-1, and Jude Bellingham scored 2 goals. However, did you see one of the ball hit the cord, basically?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I thought it was hot garbage.
You thought it was?
I thought everybody that was like, Argentina fixed the match, Egypt, better have the same energy for that, because Argentina didn't fix the match against Egypt. It wasn't fixed by FIFA. If you're up 2-0 in the 70-something minute, figure it out. Yeah, that was awful. But not as bad as Sorloth not passing to Haaland when Haaland was wide open, basically, with an opportunity for that goal.
That was bad. You see that they were kind of messing with each other in the game where Jude Bellingham was behind him and kind of touched his tush a couple times, and they were laughing about it, like in a World Cup game.
Did you say tush?
I did. I don't know.
Touch his tush.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tuchel, tush, whatever it may be. But yeah, I mean, I thought it was great theater. The fact that there's some controversy. It feels like the controversy and the World Cup, they're a duo that always comes to play. So it was wild, though. I mean, but Jude Bellingham he's one of the stars of the tournament, man, and he continues to deliver.
So here's I have a World Cup dilemma. Do you want to help me with this?
Yeah.
Okay. It involves my wife being mad at me, my kids being mad at me. Something you can relate to, you know?
Certainly.
Because you're married.
Yeah.
It happens.
Yeah, I know what it is to be the bad guy.
Hashtag marriage occurs.
It happens.
It does. DMAC and Reiter, the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. So France plays Spain tomorrow in the first semifinal at noon. Great match. England plays Argentina on Wednesday at noon. Here's my dilemma. Before I realized the World Cup final was Sunday, you and I scheduled time off next week. On Sunday, I drive up the coast to go we're going to Paso, we're going to Half Moon Bay, we're going to Carmel, and we're going to hit a bunch of colleges on the way. We're going to go all the way up to Berkeley, and we're going to do some college visits with my daughter. I'm in the car on Sunday during the final. The final is noon. It's a long drive. And I was trying to see combos where I could just talk myself into skipping the World Cup final. But if Spain plays, I have to watch it, right? If Argentina plays, I have to watch it because I love Messi. That means I have to root for England, France. But if England plays France in the World Cup, I have to watch it. Do I try to find a restaurant or a bar halfway up the coast knowing that maybe I can't find one? Or do I, this is what I'm leaning toward, not really tell my wife and kids, I hope they're not listening, and then just wake them up at 4:30 in the morning on Sunday and make them drive at 4:30 in the morning up to Carmel so we get there by about 11:30 and I can watch the game at the hotel.
I go with the last option. I think you get up people early. Yeah, this is the thing. I mean, just get them up in the car before they even notice they're in the car. It's probably like 7:30. They've already slept for like 3 hours, and you're just kind of cruising up.
Coffee.
It's the weekend.
I'm on the phone with you.
Yeah, you're calling me.
I call you at 4:30.
You're binging past episodes of DMAC and Reiter on the Odyssey app. I mean, there's a lot of stuff you can
Drive,
be doing.
Baby. Drive!
That was first earlier. No, but
it was. First did drive earlier.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, it's Hardwood headlines. Get on the app. Get on the podcast.
I think that's
funny.
I think that's your move, though, Bill. I really, truly do. I think you get them up. What do they drink? Coffee? Do they drink energy drinks?
No.
Yeah.
I mean, actually, I
also
lied.
too. You
My
can
kids
tell
like
them the
Starbucks.
night before.
I'll have to because I'll have to pack.
Okay.
Lori her packing philosophy is pack 10 minutes after you're supposed to leave.
Okay,
That's
usually,
tricky. It's tricky.
That might not be an effective
On
way
the
of packing.
timing. I don't think it is necessarily. It's not my approach.
Yeah, you want to definitely.
It's a different approach.
Get the packing done a little sooner for sure. But here's the thing too. The first option might be a lot of fun too because you could find a hidden gem, a restaurant you didn't know it existed, an environment, and you can watch the game with some new best friends.
We're going up the coast. And so it's pretty remote. So I'm worried if I don't time it right, I'm going to be real mad if it's just, if I go to some random small town place and I go, we're closed.
How can you guarantee you're going to have the time to watch it when you get there? Everything's fine? You don't have any commitments, any
I have
appointments?
I have a dinner at 5 that I have to go to, and I have to be at a college visit the next. So I can't go up later because I have a college visit early in the morning on that Monday, and we have a non-refundable dinner. Booked. Yeah, fancy.
Non-refundable dinner.
I'm taking my daughter on a daddy-daughter date, and she likes tasting menus. So I locked in a tasting menu because she did really well in her AP test.
Wow.
This is like way in the weeds here, but I'm just like, well, that's fine. I mean, it's non-refundable.
And then she's heading into senior year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a non-refundable dinner thing, and which I'm looking forward to, but I can't cancel it now. I would 100%. I love you, Madeline. I would 100% cancel it to watch the World Cup final.
Okay.
All right, who's winning? You ready? France, Spain. What kind of chances? Because you're a soccer head who pretends he's not. You like Columbo this thing. You're like, I don't really know you're guilty. Nil.
Look,
hey, all the terms.
I think the way that France has played this tournament, they're clearly the team that is as explosive as anyone. I mean,
I agree.
My good friend, Rob Stone, who is on this show. Can I call us good friends? Is that too soon?
I mean, I like what you did. I bumped into Rob
What did he say about
at
me?
the sauna. He didn't like you.
Dang it.
No, he didn't. He didn't. You didn't come up.
I did come. You know what? I don't appreciate that, Rob. I mean, bring me up, please. But what he said that really stood out to me was that a lot of these teams, it feels like, you got a lot of top-end talent, but the thing that separates France from the rest of the field is the depth that they had. He compared them to Ocean's 11, but he also pointed out that he did.
It's a very you thing.
I know, maybe because I think he knew what would resonate with me.
He was speaking to you.
Yeah, he was.
That was an interview. He had an audience of one.
Exactly.
Doug McCain.
But the cool thing is he pointed out too that when it came down to it, that it was going to be the George Clooney, the Brad Pitts, and that being the Mbappes and the Dembele. So he also said that they could go down as one of, if not the greatest World Cup team ever, as far as them being a juggernaut. So I got to go with France, man. I got to go with the Blues.
You're right. And I think Argentina will beat England, even though England is better, because England is the Cubs and they always choke. It's going to be real. Hit me.
Oh, and I just you're a soccer boy. So if I got a chance, I'm just curious. Like,
drive, soccer boy.
Are you concerned at all about Argentina playing down to their competition?
I think they just aren't very good, and they have Leo Messi, and they sort of play inspired sort of defense, and they press, and I think Enzo Hernandez hasn't been very good. I think Julian Alvarez, despite that golazo of a goal, until that goal hasn't been very good. But I do think, like we hope the Lakers are going to be, I think that they love playing together, and they are actually like a family. And speaking of that Lakers family, they've added a new name. It's Ziaire Williams. Why, reportedly, Williams' addition does not preclude Jonathan Kaminga next on DMAC and Reiter. 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That is calldowntown.com. Or you can text injury help to 40222. Basketball coverage, easy for me to say, basketball coverage on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports, Doug, is presented by, as you know, Xfinity. Score the most reliable Wi-Fi, one price, 5 years, guaranteed. Xfinity, imagine that. Let's do a little Hardwood headlines.
Ball don't lie. Time for Hardwood headlines with DMAC and Reiter.
Dude, that dude has a great voice.
Yeah, that guy's the man, dude.
Being a voice guy would be a cool job, wouldn't it?
I always wonder, what get their own shows. You know what I mean?
Later in the show, I'm going to write this down. I will tell you a story I have of a great story of a voice guy.
Okay, cool.
All right. You're going to love this story.
Yes.
What's up, Bursch?
Hey, guys. So, yes, we have Laker news today. Ziaire Williams has signed with the Lakers. 1 year, $3 million.
So, okay, this is one of the names that was the backup for Jonathan Kaminga. I know we're going to get to that here in a second. One of the things that's kind of making the rounds, which is interesting from some of the stat geeks, DMAC, is that Williams is purportedly ranked 15th in defensive talent last season among wing stoppers, sandwiched between P.J. Washington and Herb Jones, and just above him and some other guys like Spencer Jones. I love Herb Jones, and so if he is a comparable wing defender to Herb Jones, that alone at the price is look, is this guy going to win you a championship? No. Is this a really critical ingredient in the recipe they're trying to cook up for a Luka Doncic team? It sounds like yes.
I agree, and I think that there's upside there. He averaged double-digit scoring, but the Lakers need more athletic, bigger, 3-and-D type of wings that can guard the opposing team's best perimeter player. And he's shown the ability to do that, hits some open threes, he can run the floor. He's going to be able to capitalize off of the opportunities that Luka creates for him. And I just love, too, that they are going to get him and still try to pursue other parts of the roster with Kaminga. So I like this pickup, and it really just shows from a recruiting effort standpoint, the Lakers have been able to bring in guys that want to be Lakers, that want to take on this opportunity.
Amen, brother.
And yes, exactly, Doug. As Shams Charania reported this signing earlier, he also mentioned, quote, LA continues to strongly pursue Jonathan Kaminga as a potential starting forward.
I mean, if they had Kaminga, we're going to start talking about whether or not Pelinka, we're going to sort of grade the offseason for the Lakers, I think, on Friday, because it's All-Star game week and there's not as much going on, so we're planning some stuff out. We'll do Pelinka at the end of that. I don't want to do the show before the show. I don't want to do the Friday show before the Friday show, as you like to say. But Pelinka's starting to cook, dude.
He is. It is doing with depth, too, right? If the Lakers are able to get Kaminga on top of the Ziaire Williams addition, you're talking about a team that realistically could be looking at a legit 10-man rotation. And you've talked about that, how important that is in the modern-day NBA with the Thunder being able to utilize that, the Spurs in the regular season. You can't survive off of just 2 great players, 3 great players. You need depth. It's an 82-game season. You need to preserve the minutes of Luka Doncic and Austin Reaves. So I love the roster build, at least the strategy behind it. You can see there's a vision. You can absolutely see the vision. LeBron James is gone. I think that added clarity to the vision, and we're seeing it put in play with this move. And we'll see if they pull off Kaminga, a guy that they prioritized at the very beginning of free agency. I think the Lakers would give themselves an A this offseason. Whether that will turn into an A.
I see what you're doing.
What?
You're doing the grades early.
I'm not. I'm not giving them a grade. I'm saying that they would.
You're tipping your hand.
No, they would think that they execute on their top plan. I'm not. I'm saying they.
Hand.
I'm saying they.
Tips.
I'm not saying me.
We'll find out.
There was no hand tipping.
We're going to see on Friday.
You're crazy.
You're crazy.
Accusing me of hand tipping. That's insane.
You're tipping that hand.
I'm not. Trust me.
Accusation leveled.
No.
Guys, former Lakers head coach Frank Vogel is now the associate head coach for the Golden State Warriors.
Oh, I thought there was sound. Okay, here's my Frank Vogel sound. So, I live in the South Bay. He lives in the South Bay. There was a stretch maybe a year ago when he had gotten shortly after he got fired, maybe it was longer, and he got this guaranteed money where 3 times in 4 days, Doug, I saw him on Rosecrans. Just rock, and I would be at a red light 3 times, and I look to my right. I always look at everybody around me. I don't know why. Just looking around. What's everybody doing? It was Frank Vogel just rocking out to music. I couldn't hear it, but
what was he bumping?
In my mind, it was Air Supply. which is probably unfair. I don't know. Could have been Tupac, could have been Kanye, could have been Bob Seger. I'm not sure. But he looked like the happiest guy on the face of the earth, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Just feeling it.
I think it was just like, I am collecting all the money.
I love LA.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Look, I will say this. I still think that Frank Vogel was done absolutely extremely dirty by the Lakers organization. I think he should still probably be a head coach in this league. I think he's one of the best defensive coaches this game has ever seen. He had the Lakers defense looking unstoppable. And look, we know that there was probably some LeBron influence there, but
do you think there was?
I think maybe just a tad. I mean, I think that maybe he felt like it had ran its course to an extent. He probably heard the whispers of Darvin Ham maybe being an option and how remember how high his stock was, right? Salute.
The thing about Vogel that's really, I think, is overlooked sometimes is that he, like Spoelstra, are one of the few guys who work their way up as tape ops. Like, to be a tape person in the NBA is a thankless 90, 100-hour-a-week job where very rarely do you rise from doing tape as you're not even a scout, all the way to the top. Vogel and Spoelstra have done it, and Spoelstra has told me before, when you come from that background, your X's and O's acumen and your ability to operate basketball sort of strategy under stress, in Spoelstra's words, is higher than anyone else. And Vogel, to your exact point, capitalized on that, utilized that, had that skill. Whether he gets along with LeBron or not, I think is going to be important. And LeBron can get people fired and then make up with them, because Vogel is in Golden State, as Burge told us. It's a place that obviously is trying to recruit LeBron James. Interesting.
Well, the Cavs are still probably trying to get him. Cavs head coach Kenny Atkinson was on the ESPN Summer League broadcast yesterday and said this about just about free agency in general.
You guys know there's a little free agency thing going on right now, so
you never know what
that could be our real jump.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm talking about. So that's exciting too.
I'm not a big Kenny Atkinson guy.
Not a big Kenny Atkinson guy. I think he's above average.
He was so bad in this past
top 12
postseason.
coach.
He was so
he was
bad.
Pretty bad.
In this past post. I'm at the point now. I'm basically zoned out. I just LeBron, tell me when you've decided. I'm so over having to read the tea leaves for a guy that he knows where he's going. Would you agree he knows where he's going?
I do think. Well, you know what? I still think he's probably 90% there. I think he's like 90% there. I mean, I just say this because you mentioned the Warriors thing with Frank Vogel, and LeBron reportedly had a decent relationship with him. I think the front office need to scapegoat someone for the Westbrook disaster, so Frank Vogel fell on the sword.
That's true.
But we've seen the odds go up a little bit for the Warriors. Is that a possibility, or is it just going to be the obvious? Is it going to be the Cleveland Cavaliers? I do think it's a little fluid there, maybe just a little bit.
Interesting.
You think it's 100%?
I think he knows. I think he loves the attention. I think, like Draymond Green, he's somebody who is interested in having people look at him. Unlike Draymond Green, Draymond advertises it by actually doing a podcast.
That's right. And Draymond, on the Draymond Green Show, spoke about giving his pitch to LeBron.
I'd be remiss if I don't take the opportunity to throw my pitch in there. I'd be crazy if we're together for X amount of days and at no point am I like, yo, we need to chop it up. What the hell going on? What are we doing? Of course I did that. And of course the pitch was crazy. I think I'm pretty decent at it. Does it change anything? Does it make anything happen? I don't know. I hope so. With the things that I shared in it, it definitely is going to make the brain work a little bit. I don't think there's a decision that's been made, but say if there was, it'll make you think twice about it.
The LeBron thing, I'm over it, dude. Just tell us when you know. Just tell us when you let the rest of us know what you've already decided.
He's loving it, man. He wants all the attention. Maybe when the World Cup kind of dies down, that's the perfect time because it's a dead part of the year for sports. But yeah, with Draymond, he's got to throw his pitch in there. It'll be interesting to see if the Warriors are that team. I tell you what, that would be the team that I think will elicit the biggest emotional reaction, and that's what I want. Because if that happens, he's getting booed at crypto.
Especially from Udonis Haslem. Are we able to read any of UD's comments?
I'll give you the first part here. To Draymond Green, I see some things just don't change. LOL, you was on Sucka Bleep 4 years ago when you swung on Jordan Poole, and you on Sucka Bleep now.
I know Haslem. I mean, I knew him 15 years ago. The guy is a real tough guy, and if I'm Draymond Green, I'm not going anywhere near UD. What we are going near is some new news, sort of on Tarik Skubal from Jeff Passan, our guy. Doug's great dream for the Dodgers to land Detroit's ace is alive, but if it goes awry, what then? We'll answer that Very scary question. Next on DMAC and Reiter. Welcome back into the show. Final hour of the program today. DMAC and Reiter, presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Accident or injury, text injury help to 40222. That's injury help to 40222. Remember, We will answer your questions at the end of these shows. If you'd like to give us those, you can do it at the chat, on YouTube, at the Fan LA, at the Fan LA. Man, the great Skubal dream, one way or another, we're going to know soon. We're getting close.
We're getting close, very close. After the All-Star break, it's just a couple of weeks away. August 3rd, pencils down.
Pencils down.
We're going to be on the show, too.
Principal McCain.
Yeah.
What time? Is it a 3 o'clock? 3 o'clock?
I believe it is.
3 o'clock Pacific?
Yeah, so we should know pretty early.
Okay.
Yeah.
Shoot, all right. You're going to be upset? Are you going to show rage? I've never really seen you mad. Do you not get mad?
I get pretty mad.
Over what?
I've gotten mad on this show a couple times.
When?
You made me mad.
Oh, good. I did?
I mean, I get
What did
I get sports mad for sure. I get like these things that happen in this sports world really bother me on an emotional level, one way or the other. Like Shohei Ohtani
playing,
recklessly being
Succeeding?
used,
hitting.
Yeah.
When have I made you mad?
Well, no, I mean like not mad.
Do you
I
want to
mean,
work through it?
You've sparked something in me
Here
that
we go.
got an emotional response. I think that's more of the. I could never be mad at you though. Like real life mad, never.
Here's what might spark an emotional response in you. Are you ready for this?
I am.
Our friend Jeff Passan, who is obviously ESPN's remarkably talented MLB insider, who was on our show, I don't even know, was it 2 weeks ago? 8 weeks ago?
Sounds about right.
3 years
Yeah.
ago? Time doesn't... Since I've met you, time has no meaning, Greg McCain. He told us that it was very likely that Skubal would be a Dodger, and I think his second choice for us was staying in Detroit. And Passan has an update that's encouraging until the very end of this comment on ESPN today.
If there is a team that's going to go get Tarik Skubal and has both the incentive and the ability to do so, it is the Los Angeles Dodgers. And I know people don't like hearing that, but this time around, they could play it like they did last year, where there were no major trades and they were still the best team in baseball.
No major trades. All right, I'm going to utilize that. We'll circle back, but I'm going to play a little game with you. Are you ready? It's a bit of a horror film. It's a bit of, have you, I forget, you have not seen Obsession yet, have you?
No, I have not. I was this weekend.
Well, you were going to a wedding and to a work.
I know. I wanted to see it, though.
It's streaming, though.
I know.
Yeah, it's around.
I'm going to watch it tonight. I'm going to report back tomorrow.
This will make you almost as afraid. You will.
Because there's really no game on.
Let's do a mini movie
Home
review.
Run Derby. You want to?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm watching Obsession
tonight. And
locked in.
Review tomorrow.
Popcorn.
Okay. Oh, it's so good. We're gonna warm up your sort of fear meter with this exercise.
Okay.
There's no Skubal. Skubal does not get traded to the Dodgers. Maybe he goes somewhere else. Maybe he doesn't. But Skubal is not a Dodger on August 1st. Jeff Passan's probably the Dodgers if he gets traded, but maybe they'll just stamp at. Okay. We're in a decisive game. You can decide if you want, if it's the NLCS Game 7, if it's the World Series Game 7, whatever. I'm going to give you a series of pitchers that, for whatever reason, are required to pitch the closeout game. And I want you to walk me through what that feels like, and then your confidence level 0 to 10. You can do 0.5s, 0.3s, whatever you want, right? Okay. Does this exercise make sense?
It does.
No Skubal, DMAC.
No Skubal. Hate the idea of this, but I'll play.
Bullpen game.
Bullpen game.
Just for the exercise of it.
Wow.
Confidence level.
On a scale of 1 to 10, a bullpen game. Look, in 2024, they had a lot of success with some of these guys. Evan Phillips is back. You got Edwin Diaz back. I think the confidence is a 5.5.
What? Well, I was going to go 0.7.
Really?
I mean, I just saw a bullpen game on Friday when they didn't let your guy show.
I mean, you got the best closer coming back. Edgar Enriquez has emerged. Will Klein has been great. It's not impossible.
Yeah, Kyle Hurt was amazing on Friday.
Okay, all right. This you talk. I'll downgrade to a 4 just for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
That one isn't going to happen. I just wanted to exercise it.
Good.
I brought a little negativity.
I like it.
Did I make you mad?
I thrive on negativity.
Is this an angry moment?
No, absolutely
Are you mad
not.
yet?
No. I'm starting to just. In this segment, I'm thinking of the Dodgers without Skubal and him on another team, and that kind of has me feeling some type of way. I'm not going to lie.
It's kind of like a weeping willow.
It is.
You don't know what that is yet.
Yeah,
but you will.
Okay.
After today.
Will I?
Oh, will you? Oh, no. River Ryan. For whatever reason.
3.
3?
He's made 4 big league starts.
Right,
he's dealt with an injury.
He's your friend. You had him on the show.
Look, we know he's the LA River because he's nasty, but still he hasn't had that type of experience. And look, the postseason is just different, man. It's a street fight. All the lights are on you. Lots of pressure. It is a different animal.
So much rather do a bullpen game
Then River Ryan, I would.
Who would be your bullpen game
opener?
Yeah, I was struggling for that word. My mind stopped.
It
working
would
for a
depend
second.
on the lineup, of course, but like I would think that you would want someone. You wouldn't want to burn a lefty in that situation. I think honestly, the way he's pitching right now, I think Edgardo Henriquez. I really would go Edgardo Henriquez early in a bullpen game, knowing that Edwin Diaz is going to be back. You still got Tanner Scott, Alex Vesia, and Will Klein, a guy last year pitched very well in a postseason moment, went 4 innings in that Game 3 thriller. So give me Edgardo Henriquez right there.
Eric Lauer.
Eric Lauer, I'll go 3.7.
Really? That's low. It's DMAC.
We're talking postseason. Man, I saw Lance
Closeout
Lynn
game.
give up 4 home runs 3 years ago, and he was supposed to be good. The postseason's a different beast.
Eric's been showering us with greatness. You're just selling. You're just out.
Hey,
you'd rather have a bullpen. I'm not arguing. I'm amazed.
I would rather have the Dodgers completely empty the clip with their best bullpen arms, knowing you could play matchups, knowing that you could use those lefties and righties accordingly, and also knowing how Dave Roberts used that bullpen at an expert level, press all the right buttons, pulled all the right levels in 2024. A bullpen game for the Dodgers, if they're completely healthy and Edwin Diaz came back as an elite closer, it would not be the worst thing in the world. It wouldn't be the best thing because we saw it happen on Friday when Shohei didn't pitch. It taxed that bullpen. I think bled into that Saturday and Sunday loss a little bit, right? But there's a lot of high-level talent. I wouldn't say the Dodgers are an elite bullpen. I would say that they're a really good bullpen, with the potential to be elite if everyone comes back healthy and they're ready to go.
I love this. This is why I did the bullpen game, because I wanted to sort of frame it, but I didn't realize you'd have so many below. And it's a really good call here on DMAC and Reiter on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. Coming off Jeff Passan's, I'm not sure it's a report, update that Tarik Skubal, if he's traded, Passan still believes, like he told you right here a few weeks ago, would be a Dodger. Passan did say maybe the Dodgers stand pat, and so I'm catastrophizing. If Skubal's not a Dodger, if other things go wrong, and there's a closeout game for the Dodgers, certainly involves some more injuries and or other guys not returning like last now and Snell. We'll get to that. What is Doug's comfort level if you have to go with these other names in a critical Game 7 in the playoffs? Okay, so we've gone bullpen game on a 0 to 10 scale of confidence level from you, Doug. 4.5, River Ryan 3.0, Eric Lauer 3.7, Emmett Sheehan.
Emmett Sheehan, I'll go 4.5.
Same as a bullpen game.
Same as a bullpen game because he has big stuff. He can still get strikeouts. Actually, an impressive performance yesterday. He did have the costly errors behind it with Andy Pages and Max Muncy. But the thing about Emmett Sheehan, I've talked to him about this a lot too in the last couple of years, is when his stuff is playing at its peak level, like it grades out there with guys like Tarik Skubal, guys like Yamamoto, like guys like Paul Skeens even with the movement profiles. Did not fare very well in the postseason last year. I still am concerned about the length, right? It feels like he's allergic to going 6 innings in the start, unfortunately. So I think that's a part of it too, is if you're going to get Emmett Sheehan, it's going to be an explosive, maybe 4 or 5 innings, and you got to rely on the bullpen for the rest of the game.
All right. Look, none of these scenarios are ideal, but we're trying to work up to relatively more ideal as we go here on DMAC and Reiter as I catastrophize potential required starters in a Game 7 for the Dodgers in a postseason matchup situation. Justin Wroblewski.
Justin Wroblewski, look, the year he's had has been a magical season for himself. I have confidence in him more than some of the other options here. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe a 5.5, though.
Okay.
A 5.5. I think that's reasonable. I think you look at some of the under-the-hood numbers that suggest that we are going to get some negative regression towards the mean. So I hate to say that I'm looking at that negativity and thinking that it's somehow going to emerge. But let's not forget, too, uncharted waters as far as how much he's going to pitch. By the time we get to the postseason, he'll have pitched more than he ever has, and he hasn't made starts in the postseason. So love me some Robo. I would love him much more, though, as a complimentary piece out of the bullpen. Maybe give you 1 or 2 innings, but I would not love him as a guy getting big starts on the road or at home in a pivotal postseason game. I think that there's some better options out there.
I am very interested in our what is your confidence level DMAC game we're playing here. If one of these non-Ohtani Yamamoto pitchers have to start a Game 7 for the Dodgers in a playoff series. So it's an NLCS or a World Series is what we're trying to sort of conceptualize here. I'll be curious your grade on this because there's been some good, there's been some bad, there's been some ugly. Last year, different role, but last season in the postseason was heroic. Roki Sasaki starting.
Roki Sasaki, I would say in a postseason game, this is going to hurt me to say this.
Oh, no.
I don't want to say this.
But you're going to be honest.
But I'm going to be honest. I would say a 3.7.
Whoa!
Just because the home run ball.
Eric Lauer levels.
I would put it at Eric Lauer levels right now. I really absolutely would. And this is coming from a guy that is the absolute conductor of the Roki Sasaki hype train. I think that it's not now.
True.
It could be in the future. I think the Roki coaster, as we've ridden all seasons, had a lot of ups and downs and loop-de-loops, and sometimes it makes you scream, sometimes it makes you cheer, but home runs win in the postseason. If you want the dub, you got to slug. If you outslug your opponent in the postseason, you win at a more than 85% clip, and he has given up 19 home runs. That is definitely the big issue. So I worry about that.
I saw a stat today. I'll have to check if it's true, but exact. But I believe he's given up 5 home runs this season on his way from the parking lot to the ballpark.
Wow.
Yeah.
That ball had a family.
It's a bummer. Same as Eric Lauer. All right, that's a bummer of an exercise. Can I throw some better names at you just to sort of get some positivity into the vibe?
Yeah.
All right, Game 7, close out, whatever. NLCS or the World Series. Dodgers have to play Tyler Glasnow. With your understanding as best you can guess it of like what his... So it's not Tyler Glasnow if he'd played the entire season. It's as best you can project what he'll be in October based on what you know today, which I know is limited information.
Yeah, I think with Tyler Glasnow, if you can guarantee me 100% health, he was great last year in the postseason.
I can't guarantee that. I can guarantee you...
If he's Tyler made of glass and he's getting injured,
let's say where is he at right now? So we're basically in a situation where I'm trying to remind myself of this. Didn't he just have a little bit of a stint where he threw some fastballs?
Yeah, so he threw 15 fastballs, all in the bullpen, kind of trying to take those baby steps. I personally believe, and this is kind of how I view it, I think that Tyler Glasnow is a guy who, if the postseason was tomorrow, he would have already been ready to go, and that they're carefully managing it as they wait till the
85%. Then is that fair?
85%.
Is that a good guess?
Yeah, that's pretty fair. I think. Look, he was great in the postseason last year for them. They were actually undefeated in his starts, had a 1.65 ERA in those 3 starts, 21 strikeouts in 16 1/3. I'd give it a solid 6.7.
All right, that's high, dude.
He's an ace. Here's the thing: Tyler Glasnow,
I know,
would be the ace for most teams out there. So I definitely don't lose sight of that.
Blake Snell,
man, he was a postseason dog last year. The interesting thing about Snell is he came back late, still here to perform. I will give him a 7.8. He's really good. Here's the thing, Bill. By the time he gets back, it's almost going to feel like, wait a second, we all wanted our left-handed, multi-time Cy Young Award winner in Tarik Skubal. Wait a second, we already got that. It's like when you're driving home and you ask for McDonald's and your mom's like, hey, no, we got food at home. Blake Snell's the food at home, and it's really good.
What the hell? It's DMAC and Reiter. Let's just go the whole way. Shohei Ohtani.
I would
give
go
him a 1, aren't you?
I would go if they give him only 8 to 10 starts.
Stop with
and
the
they manage him
stop
by
with
1.
The knee.
I'll give him 8.1. 8.1.
Oh, okay. Criticize. High number.
8.1's not too high.
8.1's high.
That's pretty high.
You love Ohtani.
Absolutely.
And you're not hating him. Yamamoto,
I'm going 9.4. It's that confident. I would bet my life on that dude. I'd bet my house that I don't even own on it, right? I would absolutely.
You can bet mine I don't own as well.
There's just not a doubt. There's not an ounce of doubt in my mind. I mean, I think that if confidence is current,
0.6 ounce of doubt.
I mean, that's so high. There's 0.6.
I know. That's
okay, fine. I can't give him a 10.
Did I just exact it, Juju?
I love it though. It's
you did.
Right. For that I'm going to upgrade to a 10. No, but here's the thing. The thing about Yoshinobu Yamamoto, and the reason why you got to have all the confidence in the world in him is he's not afraid of the moment. He's done it before.
Yep.
I think that there could be some opportunities for some rest for him down the stretch if they have a convincing lead. Yamamoto's that dude, bro. He's the World Series MVP for a reason. The guy's an absolute samurai out there. The way he can slow his heartbeat down, the way he executes in the biggest spots possible. And also, too, he wants to be out there. Just look what we did in Game 3. I'll never forget when he went up to Dave Roberts in Game 3 of the World Series after having just pitched, and he goes to Dave Roberts and says, I'm going to the bullpen. He walks by Roki Sasaki, and Roki looks back and goes, are you for real? He was mind blown. So he's a guy that makes his peers absolutely mind blown. searching for answers the way he goes about it. So, hey, I'd stake my rep on Yoshinobu Yamamoto, man. He's that dude.
He is Doug McKay, I'm Bill Reiter. This is DMAC and Reiter. All right, this exercise we did is if the Dodgers did not trade for Tarik Skubal, as Jeff Passan said, is possible. Not what Jeff Passan is predicting at all, but certainly possible. And I said to Doug, here are a bunch of pitchers' names. What would be your confidence level 0 to 10 in a Game 7 in a postseason series for the Dodgers? And you went 3-0 for River Ryan. You went 3-7 for Eric Lauer and Roki Sasaki. You went a 4-5 for a bullpen game and for Emmett Sheehan. And you worked your way all the way up to, a 6-7 for Glass, now a 7-8 for Snell, and an 8-1 for Ohtani, a 9-4 for Yamamoto. Let's say that the first part of Passan's comment is correct. If what Passan told us on the air a couple of weeks ago comes true, and it is Tarik Skubal, what is your confidence level if it's Skubal who takes the mound for the Dodgers? Game 7, NLCS.
It's tough to put him ahead of Blake Snell and Shohei Ohtani. Those guys have pitched a lot and played a lot. I would say that he would have so much to play for, knowing that big contract's on the horizon. I would put him at an 8.5. I would put him at an 8.5. I would put him
way ahead of Ohtani.
That's not way ahead, dude. That's 0.4.
Okay.
0.4 is a lot.
What is 0.4 out of 10? What's the percent? It's like a 4%.
Yeah, I mean, look, just the thing is, Skubal, I think,
feels way ahead.
Those guys pitched a lot in the postseason last year, and we need to see Blake Snell come back and perform at this level.
You like Skubal better than Ohtani.
That's
okay.
not what I'm saying.
It's a preference thing.
It's not what I'm saying. Do
you like sushi?
Absolutely love sushi.
Do you like tacos?
I can actually roll some sushi.
That's weird. Do you like tacos?
I love tacos. My favorite food.
Whichever one you like the most doesn't mean you don't like the other one. You like Skubal more. I like Ohtani more. Doesn't mean we don't like the other.
It's not that. I just think Shohei Ohtani is going to be relied upon offensively.
Right.
And we saw that if he's basically making one start a week,
and maybe you don't as much.
That's not what you're. I mean, that is what you're saying. You're implying that, even though it's not
no,
the
it's
truth.
based on your rating you gave.
No,
me.
I do. Yeah, but
I wrote it down.
It's pretty close. Okay. I think there's a world where you can get some 10 out of 10 performances from all those guys. I mean, let's just be honest. All those guys are capable of going out there and dealing on the highest level. And I still think that when you lay things out, we talk about the the Ohtani injury that he's dealing with, all the innings that Snell and Glasnow that they have pitched, and Yamamoto's pitched a lot. To me, I still think Tarik Skubal's the guy, man. I still think the Dodgers 100% should be going all out and parting ways with those prospects.
One last part of this exercise here on DMAC and Reiter, because I think it's interesting. All right, let's say that it has to be Roki or Lauer or River Ryan or a bullpen game or Sheehan, like a below 5. You have to throw somebody out there where
is Robo in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
No, not Robo.
No,
not Robo. Under 5. Sorry, not Robo. Let's say it's Roki or it's Lauer. It's a 3.7 on the DMAC scale of confidence. What is your 0 to 10 confidence level that Shohei Ohtani just has an all-world offensive performance, knowing he has to carry and he locks in?
10. It's Shohei. Come on. Look.
You got pulled into that courtroom.
I did not. Look, Shohei does things that
I agree
blow our mind. But I don't like this whole easing up on the Skubal thing.
I'm not easing up.
I'm not saying you. I mean, I feel like...
You think he's walking it back?
No, I mean, a little bit.
Okay.
A little bit.
Oh, you're going after Passan Part 2.
No.
The sequel.
Yeah.
The sequel.
I feel like he's walking it back.
DMAC versus Passan, the sequel.
No, and I'll tell you why. Because what I tell him, I was like, hey, if everyone's healthy, are they still going to go after him? He said yes, 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 and yes. I do think that the big wild card here, and something that actually could be great for the Dodgers, is the best thing that can happen for the Dodgers now is you either trade for Skubal yourself or he stays with the Tigers.
The film Digger is a movie starring Tom Cruise where he's bald and fat. Can I just tell you how my brain got there? You brought up how Yamamoto is a samurai because he can lower his heart rate, and then I thought about The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise, and I thought about the fact that I watched the trailer today of Digger starring Tom Cruise. Have you seen this trailer yet?
No, is it good?
I'm not. Yeah, I like trailers, so I liked it. It's either going to be Tom Cruise's opus or it's going to be terrible because it's I can't pronounce the guy's name, but it's the director who did Birdman, Arenatu. I can't. Do you know how to say it, Bersh?
Iñárritu.
Yeah, I was way off. Iñárritu. Pronunciation.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I can't wait for my movie review tomorrow.
You got to watch that tonight, too.
I will.
You got to
review a lot of homework here.
Yeah, got a lot of homework.
Oh, yeah.
Digger trailer and
Obsession. I guess I will not be watching the Home Run Derby.
And you've seen Weapons, right?
No.
Really?
I haven't seen Weapons.
Okay.
Is it good?
Well, I was going to compare them, yeah.
Okay.
But you can't watch
I
two
can do a
movies.
Bang Bang.
I don't want to make you do a Bang Bang.
I can do a Bang Bang,
You
dude.
can Bang Bang?
Yeah. We
You're
get some Bang Bang movie action tonight.
You're the Ohtani of movies. You got it's
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, it got a little,
Yeah, I feel you.
you know where I was going.
I'm going to be all...
You understood.
I'm going to do Home Run Derby. I'm going to do...
Sure.
2 movies.
Bang, bang.
Finish this 49ers doc I was watching on AMC. A lot of good stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
On AMC?
it's an AMC Plus thing. I don't
Why
know.
are you watching a 49ers doc?
They did like the history of the 49ers.
Oh, I think you meant last season.
No. Yeah.
Is it good?
It was good. Yeah, Tom Brady's behind it.
Okay, I'm less interested.
You're less. Are you a Tom Brady hater?
No, but you're part owner of the Raiders now. You can't be doing 49ers docs.
It did feel, but
Yeah.
he grew up. He grew up. Okay, yeah, he grew up a 49ers fan.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great. Great talk here. 97.1 The Fan. All right. I am going to... What story was I going to tell? I'm going to tell a story about a voice guy.
Yeah.
And we're going to do a mailbag.
Oh, I cannot wait.
And DMAC's going to get mad at me. Next on DMAC and Reiter. presented by DTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA sports. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. All right, you want to hear my story? It's not a great one, but I teased it. I think I'm supposed to pay these teases off. It's when you come back, you'll hear a story about how I took a nap. Okay, I guess I got to hear this stupid thing now. All right, so when I used to work at a different place, media place in town, there was a really cool guy who wanted to host a poker game. I'm like, all right, so a bunch of us went to play for like do you play poker?
Yeah.
1-2, no limit, buying for $100, $200, right? And I show up early because we're buddies, but I never been to the guy's house. And he lived in Brentwood. He lived next to John. I showed up and he goes, that's John Travolta's house right there. Remember the scene in Charlie's Angels where she gets shot out it looks like that. You can see the Pacific Ocean, you can see everything. Tom Brady lived nearby. LeBron eventually moved in nearby. And I started going to his house once a week to play in this game. And every time, he's probably a 50-year-old guy he's got a great voice. And every time I show up, there would literally be some beautiful model-looking 35-year-old woman, different every time. And every time I would knock on the door, and he'd open the door, and she'd be there, and he'd be like, "You gotta go, baby. Bill's here. You gotta go, baby." He's like, "Okay, bye, Mark. Hello, I'll see you later." And it was like the scene from Wedding Crashers where they go to see Will Ferrell, except not creepy. Finally, I'm just like, who are you, dude? You're in this multi-million-dollar mansion. You live next to John. He was a voice guy. He's one of the most famous voice guys. He did The Simpsons and all these things. And he just went through his life as a normal guy, but made crazy money. He had the best of both worlds. He was anonymous because we were hanging out. I met him at work. He was coming in to record stuff. I met him at a studio. So he could go out and have lunch with them and not be bothered because I've been out with famous people. It's annoying. But he had famous person's money and famous person's dating habits.
Dude, that's
Mark
wild.
the voice guy.
Jeez.
I can't do the voice.
Was he like trailers or?
Yeah, he did trailers. He did Simpsons stuff. He did was it Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? America's Got Talent. I don't know, a bunch. He'd just be the guy that's like, "Welcome to the Doug McCain Show," and then get paid $1 billion.
Man, what a sweet life, man.
I know. So
Killer crib up in the hills.
I tried to do it. I have my tryout. Want to hear my tape?
Yeah.
Hi guys, welcome to the Doug McCain. It didn't work because he had a really. You do sometimes. I've just noticed you talk deep, and he would talk deep in his voice box.
I want to go to one of those parties, dude.
It was well. Here's the problem with that. So we started. I'm not half bad at poker, and slowly but surely, started raising the stakes. And then you remember Jennifer Tilly, the actress?
Yeah.
She started showing up. She's married to or was engaged to a famous poker player named Phil Locke. They called the Unabomber. He started showing up. Then, what's the guys? There's a guy who you know what the Young Turks is? It's a political thing. That guy
the YouTube channel?
Yeah, that guy started showing up. And then someone that ran a studio. And one day I'm playing in a poker game, and it's 1-2 no limit. People are buying in for $10,000. My bankroll's gone up to $2,000. I remember once $2,000. That's a lot of money to me. And I went all in with aces and kings. And some guy's like, call. And he flipped over ace-3 offsuit.
Oh, wow.
I won, but I never went back.
Nice.
So it became a rich person's game.
I can see, man.
It was crazy.
High stakes, though. But, I mean, just being there is worth the money. That's worth the price of admission. The stories.
The story. I
bumping shoulders.
I told my wife that
with
story.
Hollywood's
She's
elite.
like, you're never going back.
You're like, that's it.
Yeah. How you doing, baby? All right, you want to do a little mailbag?
Let's hit that.
I don't think you have imaging for that. I'm going to do it. Ready? It's time for the DMAC and Reiter mailbag. I'm not going to become a voice guy.
I'll go to your poker games, dude.
Robert Wallace 490. Top 5 memorable interviews in both of your careers.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a tough one. That's a good one. I'm just kind of writing these down real quick here. Do you want me to go first?
Yeah, well, I'll throw it. So
there you go.
Ron Artest was pretty wild. I interviewed Ron Artest. He was just talking crazy, dropping crazy stories and profanity too the whole time, but it wasn't bleeped out, which was cool. We didn't have the benefit of the dump button at the time. But Ron Artest, Andrew Friedman, the first time. One of my favorite Andrew Friedman things is it was before they had signed Shohei Ohtani. We did this segment with him where I was like, I'm going to show you some pictures of yourself as a player at Tulane and just growing up. So I had like a baby picture of him. I had a picture of him at Tulane.
Did he like it?
He was loving it. And then I was like, oh, here's this next one. And it cut to Shohei in a Dodgers uniform. I was like, oh, how did that get there? And he was laughing. He was loving it. So, yeah, Andrew Friedman, that definitely is up there. Clayton Kershaw, a couple different times. That was definitely big for me, for sure. I mean, it's Clayton Kershaw, man. What more can you say? Freddie Freeman, definitely one of my favorite interviews I've ever done. He's big time. And then I would honestly say Max Muncy was my first kind of big interview with a Dodgers player.
And you're nervous. Those are
and
fun.
I was just like, and I was like, I didn't know. Yeah. And he was awesome. And we talked for an hour. And he was like saying all kinds of crazy stuff. And it was a version of Max Muncy that people said they'd never seen before and things like that. So I think just top of the dome. That's what I would say. I did Pedro Martinez, Joe Torre, guys like that were pretty. A lot of baseball. Oh, I'll give you my number one, Ken Griffey Jr. from Seoul, South Korea. It was great. Ken Griffey Jr. got to interview him for like 25 minutes. He was amazing. So yeah, I think that would be mine.
All right, I'm going to narrow this down to one-on-one interviews because I did a lot of interviews over 15, 20 years in this business. Bill Clinton is definitely one. I got the first interview with Bill Clinton at my newspaper way back in the day in Arkansas. That was cool. The LeBron James we've discussed a lot. I'm going to go the Chris Paul interview because he just was so mean to me the entire time. I would ask Chris Paul, it was me, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, and I would be like, do you guys think you can do a good job this year? And he would look at Blake and DeAndre and go, this guy's the dumbest person I've ever met. These are the dumbest. And then he would turn and smile and answer the question. This went on for 20 minutes before I started asking some different questions. And then things went real south. Dennis Rodman was the craziest experience I've ever had. I think we discussed that the other day. Was that on the air or off the air?
I think it was off.
Yeah, so I can't say who, but I was doing a one-on-one interview with he started saying some inappropriate things about a woman who is known to many people in the sports world. And I tried to stop him, and he basically said, don't ever interrupt me again. And Nick Saban was a cool one in Saban's office for an hour. Okay, Abba Manin. Can the Lakers go back to wearing gold at home and purple on the road?
Oh, my goodness. You have no idea how much I love that take.
Your eyes just lit up.
Yeah, because the thing is, Nike has been making the Lakers uniforms, and they look like banana yellow. They look like highlighter yellow. And there was a guy that was reporting on it saying that his dad worked for Nike, and Nike doesn't know how to make the gold color anymore, so that's why it's this weird banana yellow.
Oh, wow.
But Nike did have the original licensing.
Okay.
After it went from Champion to Nike from, I want to say, 96 to like 2004. So they've done it in the past, but I want to see that too. I don't know if you know this, Bill, but like they'll wear purple at home, they'll wear white on Sundays, but at home. But I want to see purple on the road, gold at home, and white on Sunday, man. I'm OG like that.
I'm not a jersey guy. I just don't care. This one's for you. This is from Francisco Fernandez, 3-3. This is a great question over on the YouTube at the Fan LA. At the Fan LA, Doug. He didn't say Doug, but I am. Doug, would you rather have Aaron Donald back and have the Rams win the Super Bowl, or can't have both? The Dodgers win the three-peat.
The Dodgers win the three-peat? So that means one World Series.
Dodgers get the three-peat. They win the World Series this year, and the Rams don't win the Super Bowl. Or the Rams win the Super Bowl with Aaron Donald back, and the Dodgers do not win the World Series.
Oh, you guys are killing me, man. That's a killer question.
That's
That really is. I will say this.
No. You can say whatever you want. Answer the question.
I am going to answer the question.
Okay.
So I am complete. I'm from this town. I grew up here.
Nobody's
I didn't have an
doubting
NFL
you.
team.
Oh my God, I love
I've never
it,
had
I
an
love
NFL.
it.
So I'm reliving my childhood through the Rams right now.
All right.
For Aaron Donald to come back
Got it.
and win a Super Bowl for this Rams team, and give me the Dodgers three-peat. Give me the Dodgers three-peat. I'll take the Dodgers. If the Dodgers three-peat, you can make a case that this is the best run that any team has ever been on. They would be in the conversation for the best baseball dynasties ever. Also, Shohei Ohtani solidifying GOAT status. I don't think I'm in this chair without Shohei Ohtani in his existence. So I want to root for my guy who you think I hate, but I really love. But I would love him. I think we're going to get them both, though. I think we're going to get them both.
Wow, Doug McCain rooting against the Rams. Can't believe he'd go there.
You know what? Honestly,
I didn't write it.
Ask me on a Sunday or a Thursday. It might be a different answer.
It's a good answer. I'm giving you a hard time, but you answered it, and I respect the hell out of it. Ipe from prison. Is Udonis Haslem a top 5 NBA tough guy?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yes. So I've covered Udonis. Yes. And like most real tough guys, doesn't have to act like he's tough. Nice. Another guy that I would put on that list is Gary Payton. Gary could not be a sweeter guy unless you call him a sweet guy to his face, right? I mean, yes, I think UD is the real deal.
Yeah, UD definitely looks like the real deal. He reps the 305. He reps Florida. He was a Gator. Yeah, he's one of those dudes who he's about that action, right? I'm about that action, boss, right? He's one of those guys you would not want to see in a back alley. He's one of those guys you'd want to have your back in a bar fight. He's that type of dude.
Ipe from prison follows up with, DMAC, let's redo your bullpen trust list. Seems like it's a weekly trust thing now. We are actually doing that this week. Did we already come up with a day? We got to slot it in. When do you want to do it? Wednesday or Friday or Thursday? No, we're not doing Thursday. You and I are taking Thursday off. Wednesday or Friday?
Let's hit that Wednesday, baby.
Wednesday?
Look, Friday going into the first game of the Yankees series, that might be work.
Friday.
Friday. Let's do Wednesday.
Are you
I'm flip-flopping on
Which
this
one.
one.
Do you want, man?
I want Wednesday.
Okay.
I want Wednesday.
Let's do Friday. Just kidding.
Okay. Let's do Friday.
No, whatever you want.
About the Rams question. I kind of want to go back to that Rams question about the Super Bowl stuff.
You're a walk-backer guy.
No, I'm sticking with it, baby.
Good.
10 toes down.
For the first time. You're on DMAC and Reiter. Was that mean?
That was incredibly mean.
I'm sorry. Okay. Was it wrong?
No. It was. It was absurdly wrong.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. 10 toes down.
Yep.
Do you have more to say?
No, I don't.
Okay. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Donnie Boy, 05. Who's going to win the home run derby? I don't know.
Well, apparently it's going on right now.
Yeah, it's on. Bursch, you said that it was happening, but it took an hour and a half for this is one of the reason I hate. So the festivities apparently began at 4, and then the first home run happened an hour and a half later.
I'll tell you who I'm picking. Future Dodger.
That's home run dreary.
Oh, whoa. Taking a shot. That is a very excessive pregame show to the home run derby. 90 minutes.
There's kids in the ballpark.
Just hit bombs already. Hit dingers. Hit big flies. Hit bleacher reachers. Hit dongs. You get it. I'm going Munetaka Murakami, future Dodger. So, hey, he's representing for Japan. He's in the mix. I want to see Murakami win it, baby.
All right, here we go. I don't know how to answer this. Sports WAG ERA 1. Top Golf to put on what? Top Golf to put the show on over cable. Am I screwing that up?
They're saying they asked Top Golf to put this show on their TVs over cable.
Sports
I love
WAG.
that.
Wait, in El Segundo? In the Gundo?
Yeah.
Get it on.
Dude, that's what's up.
I really, you know what? There's a little space here. Let's just do that. That's my bad. That's my B. Sports WAG ER1, thank you. Did they say yes? Do we know? What's up, Top Golf?
Send us a pic. Send us a pic.
Dude, we should. Oh, let's go top golfing sometime.
Dude, I will get down on some Top Golf.
I love some top golf.
Want some Top Golf? You want to see me?
Will Kira rock a little?
Man,
top
she
golf?
better.
Oh, snap!
We got our tennis racket a couple
10
weeks
toes
ago.
down on that one.
Yeah.
That's what it looks and feels like.
we can definitely.
You got our tennis racket?
We did.
All right.
Yep. I've been secretly training on the side for our eventual tennis
I've been
match.
injured, dude. You actually have a chance then.
Do I?
Yeah.
So because you're injured?
Not really. Well, we have to wait till I'm uninjured.
You wait. So you
I haven't played in.
Wait. So
I'm shut down for like 2 or 3 months.
Oh, so wait. So you're shut down.
I'm injured.
But Shohei has to go out there and play injured.
Yeah, because I'm actually injured.
Okay. Wow.
If I went out there,
see, it's a different. It's a double standard how you treat yourself and how you treat your favorite player.
If I played USTA and I won 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, 6-1, and the next day 6-2, 6-1, I'm like, oh, but I'm hurt, so I can't play doubles. But I played singles. That's what you're saying.
I'm just saying, hey,
that's what you're saying.
You want everyone to gut it out, but when it comes to you gutting it out, it's like, no, I'm on the injured
gut it
list.
Out. I don't think he's hurt.
He got an injection. He got his knee drained.
Oh, wait. A professional athlete got an injection?
Yeah.
Stop the presses.
Hey,
we
he's
should
been
shut him down
dealing
for a month.
You actually think Shohei's at 100%? I mean,
I think no one's at 100%, which is a conversation we've had many times.
Okay.
But I do think that he was good enough to go 4 for 11 over the weekend, hit 364, drive in 2 runs, and have an OPS to the moon.
That, Shohei, play all you want. But the other one that's pitching where it puts stress on the knee, let's sit him out.
DMAC and Reiter.
And also, too, let's get back to the point that you didn't want to play. You don't want to play me injured, so you're not available right now.
I mean, I could play if you wanted me. You want to play me when I have a hamstring injury and I can't run?
I would prefer it.
You should.
Yeah.
No, you can't play me now. We'll get it done here on the new 97.1 The Fan, the voice of LA Sports. It is time to announce the hero of the day next on DMAC and Reiter. Welcome back into the show. I can't believe that we only have one segment left. I don't want to go home.
I know. Let's
just hang out.
Well,
James Coe shows up
Coe's
next.
gonna want us to leave at some point.
I mean, he does a great job.
He does. I lock in at James Coe.
He doesn't pander.
You're right.
Yeah.
Either way.
DMAC and Reiter presented by TTLA Law Group on the new 97.1 The Fan. I know you don't. The voice of LA sports. Unless you do. Accident or injury, visit calldowntown.com. That's calldowntown.com. I'm sure I do too. We all do in our own ways. You wanted to readdress the Rams thing.
No, I was just messing with you, man.
Oh, I thought you were serious.
No, I was serious. Look,
there's.
because I thought you were trying to plan to me pandering. I would love to see the Dodgers win a third straight title, and I would love to see.
Of course, you'd like both.
The Rams to win.
I mean, a third straight is such a level of history. I mean, you're not the Rams winning a Super Bowl and they beat the other teams in the NFL. The Dodgers won a World Series this year, and they beat most of the teams in the history of baseball.
They absolutely do. I mean, you're talking Yankees territory. I think, too, if the Dodgers don't win and you go into a new CBA, the game could look very different this time next year. So that's why I absolutely think that this year is pivotal, because you have a chance at history. You have a chance at doing something they've never done. So I absolutely would take the three. It almost would feel like, to me, like when Kobe and the Lakers won that title over the Celtics, right? And what that felt like, where it was like the defining, hey, I could live with no titles for a while type thing. But I also think this is title town. This is City of Champions, right?
Francisco Fernandez 33 is also putting me on the spot.
Ooh.
So I will ask the question and I will answer it. Would you, I'm assuming this is for me, Bill, would you rather have the Barcelona win the Champions League or the Lakers win the championship? Not even a question. It's Barcelona.
It's easy.
It's like all day. And I'm just not going to lie to you. I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm a Jeannie Buss fan. I'm an Austin Reaves fan. I'm sort of agnostic and want to get behind Luka Doncic. You know why? I was thinking about this. You know why I'm a Dodgers fan? I'm becoming a Dodgers fan.
Too late, you said it.
When I worked at a different radio station 10 years ago, we did a lot of Dodger stuff, and we did radio shows from Dodger Stadium. And this is a long time ago, but like happens to you now, when you go out, there was a time where I'd be at the grocery store and people would recognize my voice. And we did so much Dodgers content that I got to know Dodgers fans. And this maybe is pandering, but it's true. I like Dodgers fans. I think Dodgers fans are amazing. They're cool people. I like being at Dodger Stadium. I felt this connection to the fan base of the Dodgers, and that's what made me root for the team. And then, like, the team was cool, and the guys were nice, and Fremo's a pro. I have not had the same experience with the Lakers. And it's not about Lakers fans. I have not had a great experience with Rob Pelinka. I obviously have a very sort of tricky past with LeBron James, and we haven't always gotten along. And so, sorry, Francisco, I'd rather Barcelona win the Champions League than any outcome on the face of the earth sports-wise.
Yeah, that's tough. I mean,
that's the one for me.
You're a big Barca dude, bro, and you want to see that Champions League success. But you're absolutely right, though. I think there's nothing that brings together like Dodger baseball as far as this town, the interlocking LA blue Dodger hat. Feels like everyone has one.
I don't cover that.
Yeah.
I've engaged in the content, but I had to cover the Lakers as
Yeah.
a national guy. When you cover something at work, I'm impressed you still love the Dodgers, because covering something can affect the way you interact with it.
Well, it definitely has affected me. I mean, it definitely has in a lot of different ways. You definitely look at things differently as far as storylines go. If there's some negativity, is it the worst thing as far as things like that? People live for kind of that angle to it. But I think that at the same token, I mean, even journalists, they were fans at one point too, right?
I would say this to you, and maybe this isn't fair to you. I know that this won't work because no one cares about the Clippers, but let's just say the Clippers in an alternate universe were like the Lakers instead, right? I think if you'd covered the Clippers team that I was around, Chris Paul, Blake Griffin, DeAndre Jordan, Doc Rivers, that was still, for a time, that was still, what's his name, who got kicked out of the league? I'm totally blanking on his name.
Donald Sterling?
Sterling.
Yeah.
You'd hate that team, even if you grew up loving them, right? The Dodgers, in my experience 10 years ago, were classy. I just need classy.
Yeah.
I like the Miami Heat, and they were hard on me because they were classy. And so I think the Dodgers are one of those teams where whether you're a fan like you or you're a media person who my connection was work first, not love first, they're easy to root for because they actually are run by impressive, good, gracious, smart people. That hasn't always been my experience with the Lakers. And I like Jeannie Buss a lot, but her brothers were a different sort of thing, and like they weren't well run under Pelinka at times. And so anyway, that's a long-winded way of saying Barcelona for me over Lakers all day long. Hero of the day, by the way, is not Austin Reaves, is not any of the other people. I'm not even going to say the guy's name. Hero of the day is Justin Robleski. Half the votes, all-star robo. he got to Gobo to Philly.
All's well that
Well, you
ends
like
well.
that one.
I did.
I get it.
Hey, look, this is great for a guy like Justin Robleski. I think, too, this really speaks to what the Dodgers are as a franchise, as an organization, is that, yes, you did sign Kyle Tucker. Yes, you have a very expensive roster that competes for titles, but a guy like Justin Robleski making the All-Star team, a guy that no one would have picked to be on the All-Star team to start the season, a guy that was in the rotation because you had a multitude of injuries, namely Tyler Glasnow and Blake Snell. He made the most of it. He made the All-Star team. You'll never be able to take that away from him. This is not a top-level pick. He's a guy that was a later-round pick. And you look at Andy Paez, right? A guy that they were able to bring in and develop. So it's not just these multi-million-dollar, these insane contract players that are making all-star teams. It's homegrown talent. The Dodgers are built. They're not bought. And there's another great example of that.
They're built and they're bought.
Well, they're built, but what they did build is what has translated to their spending power. So they built this franchise and O'Malley and Dodger Stadium and Fernando Valenzuela and Sandy Koufax. So that was built. You got to build it if you want to be able to buy it.
I could not agree more that they earned the firepower that they now utilize incredibly perfectly. I mean, they really do. I mean, because I remember the McCourt era. I started doing Dodgers during the McCourt era back in that day. You know what the Dodgers are? They're Warren Buffett. Like, is Warren Buffett remarkably rich with Berkshire Hathaway? Yes. But he also earned and built that thing into a juggernaut that had so much money it could continue to spend money appropriately, positively, successfully. If the Dodgers were the Yankees, I think it would be different. You know, not very good, not well run, then just spent a bunch of money and they just kind of got lucky sometimes. But they have built. People forget that the McCourt group was so bad for LA, so bad for baseball, so problematic, wasted money. What the Dodgers have put together, you're right. I mean, I think it is bought, but I think it's also I think it's bought because of what they built.
Exactly, and that's
semantics.
My absolute point right there is that they are reaping the benefits and enjoying the success because of how dedicated this fan base is. I remember when Andrew Friedman told me a couple of years ago that they're rewarding their passionate fan base, and that is what they're doing. And they care about what their fans think. So,
but Andrew Friedman, the Tom Cruise of
that's what you dubbed
front
him.
office.
Yeah,
do you see it?
Yeah, I see it. The energy, the vibes, absolutely.
Charisma. I mean, look,
charisma.
I'm not short. I'm not criticizing, but neither of those guys are 6'5".
Yeah, no, he's got that aura, as the kids say.
Leather jacket. Wears a leather jacket sometimes.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in the leather. Oh, I've seen him once. I've seen. Yeah, he does rock the leather, but not the collarless one that you see Tom Cruise rock.
I always would see Friedman at the what is it called, the Governor's Lounge or whatever that fancy place was called at Lakers games.
Yeah, okay.
Where he'd just be chilling.
Oh, he's just doing his thing?
I would just be like, I would be over there just eating all the sushi. Like, if you want to know who's not the rich person in this space, it's the guy that is just eating 15 rolls of sushi.
You got to take advantage, baby.
Like, oh my God, is this sugarfish? Do you have a to-go box?
Exactly right.
Wait, the tequila's free? Is there a limit?
So when you go and you're like, this is dangerous.
Thank you to Sammy, who did an amazing job. Sammy Medina. She has a well-earned vacation, so we're going to miss her starting tomorrow for about a week or so. Thank you to Ryan Bershinger. Great job. Thank you to Dylan Hernandez for being on the show. That was really, really fun. And thank you, DMAC, for putting up with me. My guy, Doug McCain. There we are. If you're watching on the stream, you see all four of us. Thank you for hanging. We appreciate you so much. Doug and I will be back tomorrow doing it again, 2 o'clock on DMAC and Reiter.